half an hour into it. So, hi,
Hi.
Boogie. What's going on, my love?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what Carmen
Yeah.
here for today. So we're gonna add that to her like HR duties. Um,
Yes.
yeah.
And
So
I didn't have access to the judge's chamber, so I didn't realize. I'm sorry. But hopefully- yeah, of course. Hopefully if there's anything else that you think that I have seen but maybe I didn't, just let me know just cuz I don't know what I haven't seen yet. But I'm here to mod, and I'm here to try to take care of this situation afterwards once this is done, okay?
so with girl, I'm doing good. So with that all being said, are we ready to get court started right now? Can I go ahead and open the court? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and post it. I'm gonna go ahead and add everybody again. Just be sure everybody joins it, and we're gonna get this on the road. Okay. All right, sounds great.
Absolutely. I will meet you in.
We hear you. I hear you loud and clear on Discord, so you're good on this end.
Good to go on that end. Perfect. All right. Okay, I'm just making sure the live feed is up and running. Harlem Rose, can you hear me? How's our levels? Let me know if the levels are good. You can hear me. Let me join as well. Okay, da, 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 da. Yep, all good. Okay, perfect. All right, putting this so I can see you guys. This down, no echo. Make sure the jury room is visible. Mhm. Nope, go. There's the courtroom there. Courtroom is up. All right. Mhm. All right, I think we're ready to get started. Welcome to everyone in the In City
Boogie,
Discord. Yes,
We need Bella and Ike to join the stage as well in
indeed,
here.
indeed. Okay, I'm heading into the courtroom right now. For those of you that are joining us in the Discord, the citizens that are here to observe, We just want to make sure that you guys understand the rules of engagement. The chat is for discourse about the case only. Insults, name calling, all of that is heavily frowned upon. You will be banned. We do have a member of our esteemed team here to monitor the chat. Please maintain your dignity. Hey, Ike, we need you to join the courtroom stage in the emails. Okay, Bella, I need you to join the courtroom stage in the emails.
Okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Hey, bro.
Okay.
I
Um,
um
Ike, did you hear me?
I think he
He's in head.
I don't know. Does he look like me? Good question.
Heck
No,
no.
actually not. No, y'all
So
don't look alike.
why did Bella say that we looked alike? And she thought I was him.
I can't assume to know what her thinking is. I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe to her,
okay.
that's her. It's her opinion. I
Hmm,
don't think it's an insult.
okay.
Yep. Is that better?
I never been a lawyer
Oh
before.
yeah, it's better. It's
That
better.
is better, yes.
Uh the
Okay,
judge would
Ike,
like
we
you to
need you
join
to
the
join the
courtroom.
stage in the emails.
All right. Uh
Mhm.
wish me luck.
You got
Ain't no
this,
way you
babe. I'm sorry, baby. Come here.
Oh, I'm gonna shoot y'all later.
Oh, this JB.
Jeez, this
Hey.
goddamn
Hey,
court date.
boo.
God damn.
You ready for today? I need you to join the stage in the emails.
I'm in there.
Oh, you're there? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
Where is the
Hey, is this
courtroom?
Miss
Wait, let me see. Who's
Shy?
that? Is that a girl? Let me see. Oh, that looks like a girl. Hey, dude.
Okay, I'm just gonna do one more check on the stage.
I don't like
We need
black
Ike to
marks.
join, and we're waiting for Bella to
Yeah, I
join.
don't. Mm-mm. If you say yes, I'm killing you.
Oh, wait, Bella's there. So we just
Oh
need
my
Ike.
god. Oh, so you cheating? Oh my god. Cheating again? Again? Oh
Okay.
my god.
I was coming.
Hey.
You're
Ike,
Come
we
taking
with
really
too
me
need to
real
get
long.
quick.
started.
I
If you
thought
could
you said you
please
would
join
stop.
the
I'm
email
tired.
stage, the stage on the
I'm literally on
emails.
the stage right now.
Shut
You
up.
are? I just looked. I see you.
Yeah.
I can't.
Oh,
I
the
was telling everybody,
assistant.
give me a second. I was fixing my mic.
The assistant
I can't
joint.
believe you.
Being all right, let's
I
get
think
started. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you.
do I
All
sit up?
right,
Okay. Um will I be coming up here
please
with
Yeah,
don't
you
you
let
or
my
will it be
shit
JB?
pop,
yeah, yeah,
please.
yeah. You know,
I was stuck for a
well,
sec.
yeah,
Whew.
that's true. You're right. JB with me.
All right, can everybody hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, and I can hear you clearly as well. Ike, uh, is your co-chair joining you as well as your client?
My client will be sitting behind us, but he is here. And yes, my wife will be joining me. I'm calling her to see what she is now.
Understood. Bella, are you ready to go? Are we ready?
Yes, yes, we can start.
Okay.
All right, we're about to start.
All right, hear ye. We are calling to order proceedings for June 4th, Wednesday, June 4th. It is 7 p.m. We are continuing the trial of Dior, Noir versus the Bean Machine, and Dante Foster. This is the second part of the trial. We will pick up where we left off yesterday with the cross examination testimony of the witness, I believe her name. Dior, can you please remind the court of the last witness's name? I don't have the witness sheet in front of me right now.
It was Miss Ashanti Powers.
Powers, yes, thank you. We're
Defense actually
continuing the
has no more
cross
questions for her.
examination of Mrs. Powers. Ms. Powers, if you can please come to the stage and the stand. Is Ms. Powers present?
Your Honor,
Yes.
defense actually has no more questions unless the plaintiff needs to redirect. We don't need Ms. Powers anymore.
Okay.
Yes, I don't have any more questions, and I don't know if you fully got her statement.
Oh my God.
If you do need to have her come back up, we could call her and see if she's available.
No. If there's no other questions for Ms. Powers, she can be dismissed.
I'm not sure if the other witnesses is present at the moment. Let me check the crowd and don't call.
Let me see if I can silence this damn phone.
Okay, I'm not seeing the other witness as well.
Okay. Do you have
Let
any other
me let me get.
evidence
I'll
or
give them a call.
witnesses to present to the court at this time?
Yes, I do have some evidence to present. Let me get that up.
Testing for the courtroom. I was told I couldn't hear. Oh, I'm sorry. I was told I couldn't be heard
Okay. I can hear you now.
in the courtroom. I mean, in the actual, in the emails.
Oh, okay. Now, as you know, I'll need to be able to hear you in city.
Yeah, I'm doing both.
Okay. All right, Bella, can you let us know what evidence you will be entering for consideration?
Okay, so the first piece of evidence that I'm going to be presenting, this is um like a witness statement for a witness that was unable to show up today. So I do have his statement on footage recorded at the DOJ. Let me know when y'all can see it.
Okay, now for our purposes here, can you please place that link in the chat so that I can be able to play it for the live jury, please?
Okay, so do you want to just play it,
I
or
mean,
I'm not
you
understanding?
can play it, but I will also need the link put into the chat so that I can play it live for the live feed. Perfect. Yes. So that they'll be able to see it. Thank you. Um, mhm.
Okay, yeah, you ready?
I am ready. Can you please describe to us what we're about to watch?
Okay, so this evidence I am about to play now is the statement from Jabari King, who was a worker on duty at the time of the incident.
Hmm. Okay. All right. This is a 6 minute 16. Are we watching the full clip?
I'll start it. I think it is the full 6 minutes is the whole conversation, I believe.
All right.
Okay, can everyone see the display?
All right. I'll begin playing it on my end, and you can play it um, for the emails.
Okay, I'm not sure if everyone could see the. Give me 1 second, because I gotta be able to see what y'all saying. Okay, so everyone could see the display, correct? Okay, Jabari. So, do you know why I wanted to have this conversation with you? All right, that's all set up. Okay, Jabari. So, do you know why I wanted to have this conversation with you?
I do not.
Okay, so I can't remember the day. I think it was May 4th roughly. Nerese was Nerese entered the establishment of the beam machine and she said you were on duty when she had a meeting with
Yes, I was.
I believe it was Dante Foster and Alize Castillo.
Um, I remember her having a meeting with Dante. I don't remember anything with Alize at all.
Okay, so you remember her having the meeting with Dante?
Yes, because
Okay,
I
so
remember them
yes, you can finish talking.
like I remember like they were outside talking and then they went to the back and had a conversation. But that's pretty much that all I wow.
Those gunshots.
Yeah, that's what I remember pretty
Okay, from
much.
that day, can you tell me everything
And
in detail from the moment she
we
arrived?
me and Shiloh were on clock at the time.
Okay, so from that day, can you tell me everything in detail from the moment she arrived, everything that you remember from that day?
So I wasn't there when she arrived. I was I came on clock whenever she was already back there, I'm assuming, and I just hear like talking going on in the background, but I wasn't like putting together what was going on. So I heard two voices in the back, and me and Shiloh was just like, I wonder what's going on back there. And we ended up seeing, all I saw was I heard some gunshots, and I saw Alize running out of the building. That's all I saw.
Okay, so when you came in, you didn't see Alize, but you said you knew you saw Dante that she was having a meeting with Dante.
Having it because I heard them like talking. I heard the two voices. I didn't really
Okay,
hear Alize, so I was confused on like why the gunshots were happening. And then whenever I just see her walking out, so we ran to the back to see what was going on, and we just saw like Nerese on the ground.
when she walked out, she was walking out of the office.
No, she ran out.
Okay, she ran out. When
Yeah.
you walked in, you said you went into the office. What did you see when you walked
I just saw Nerese on the ground, and then uh, I saw Dante picking her up, and we were like, "What's going on, boss man? What's going on, boss man?" And he was like, "Me and my wife about to go on a vacation." He didn't really like tell me what was going on. And then we ran out. Well, he ran out the building and took her and called the paramedics, and the paramedics came and just did what they needed to do to get her stable again.
All right, so from your perspective, can you tell me a bit about how Dante treats you all when you're working?
I've never had a problem. Like from my interactions, great boss. Um, gives out raises as needed. So every time I come in, every time he comes in, I'm like, "Hey, boss man, how you doing?" He greets me and everything. Then he orders food and then goes to the back to start doing his paperwork. So outside of that, I don't really have any like know about what he does outside of the business.
Okay, okay. And you said when you came, you only heard Dante and Maurice's voice in the office?
That is correct.
So when you arrived to the beam machine to start your shift, who was all on duty?
It's me and Shiloh.
So Shiloh was there when you arrived?
Yeah, she was already working in the back, and I came and started working with him. Clocked in at a little later.
Okay, you can't recall the extent of the conversation?
With
What
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 conversation?
you overheard from Maurice and Dante?
No, I just heard voices. I didn't. I wasn't really trying to listen in on what was going on. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, Jabari. So Jabari, if called to take the stand, will you be willing to testify in court?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, thank you
When is
very
that?
much. Okay, that's that from that piece of evidence. The next piece of evidence I'm going to be presenting is a conversation between Nerese and Shiloh. I was unable to speak with Shiloh, but he did give his testimony to Miss Nerese and everything that he could recount from that situation. I'm going to play that now.
Okay, is that link in the room? Yes, it is. All right. Give me just a sec. All right. Can you remind us one more time what this footage we're about to watch is?
Okay, so this footage is Shiloh's statement pertaining to the situation. He's been out of town for like after this, he's been out of town for a while. So
Mm-hmm.
Miss Norris spoke with him. He did say he was going to testify, but like I said, I was unable to speak with him. He's been on vacation or what have you. So we just have this statement from him.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm gonna play that now.
All right.
Okay, my bad. Um, yeah, so the only reason I'm asking you about it is because, yeah, I don't want them to her because she's
Well,
trying to
yeah,
get out of it, right? I don't want.
I kind of heard her say something when she was at work the last
Oh
time.
wow. What did she say? Because this woman is
That
crazy.
like she was in the back talking to Dante.
But this is what I'm
And
saying
like
though.
I heard her me in I think it was Javar. She was like, she was talking about DeAndre. She was like, he talked to me. She was like, and the other two guys that was working that day, she gotta either find out who they was and get them hush money, you feel me, or get them killed.
Oh wow. Oh my, this woman is crazy. Like but this is what I'm saying though.
Sorry.
I just want to make sure like you guys are cool, you and Jabari, because yeah, like I said, she's trying to get out of this. Like this is not even about Dante or B. She's trying to get out of it, but I kind of know. So she was speaking to Dante about this.
About like,
The what you said about the hush money and stuff.
oh yeah, like, but I don't think they like she don't know she was talking that loud.
Oh, okay. So she thought she was like she didn't know you guys were listening type thing.
Yeah, like because I think at first she don't know who was working. Like she don't know who was working.
Right, because she don't know you guys.
Yeah,
This is
like so it's
yeah.
like shit.
So okay,
Shit,
so
I could
just from your point of view, what happened? So you said you came to work, right? And Jabari was
like when
already there.
yeah, Javon was already there. So when I did go
Okay,
get back
apologies.
to work,
My system just
he wasn't
crashed.
there at first.
Give me a
I
second to get everything
I
back
could
up.
hear you and Dante talking, but she wasn't there. I went back. She had just flew in. Oh, then popped again. She like flew in and popped.
Okay.
Then she flew back in and went into the break, like into the like dressing
Okay,
room,
can everyone see my
and just
screen?
stayed there. Like, so
Okay.
it wasn't like oh she came through the door, went back down and did that. No, she was already like
Okay.
she kept popping in and popping back up, like in the break room.
Oh, so it's like she's waiting type thing.
Yeah, that's what they seen to me. Like after I like looked at it, like why would you just stay right there? Still though, that's how I look at it. Like you's a big like you supposed to be somebody big at being. If your boss is having a meeting, why would you go shoot somebody in the middle of your boss like meeting? You ain't have no mask on, nothing. Like
I'm not sure. That's the thing because this is how it looks then because like I said you wasn't there when I initially came in, so I came in, I think Jabari was there, so I'll have to speak to him, but I initially came
Quick
in to
objection, Your
speak to
Honor.
Dante, right? She was already there waiting for me,
Um,
right? So
yes, I basis.
Um, we would like to challenge the admissibility of this video on the fact that we're not sure if Shallow knew he was being recorded or not.
You had ample time to do this in discovery. That would have been the time to put in an objection to this. That objection was not received
You
by
told
the
us to
court.
make our arguments in court.
I would like to point out that Shiloh was supposed to be here to testify all this information, but he haven't been in the city. I'm believing that he's on vacation. He was gonna be
That that
testifying today.
Right.
that doesn't
You
make
can
this video
rebut.
admissible.
You can rebut. You can't have the evidence taken out, but you can rebut what is being said in the video if you
Heard.
have evidence to the
Under that.
contrary.
Continue. We're good. We're withdraw.
Okay.
she's like, oh, Nerys, can you come in the back? I need to speak to you. Her and Dante both spoke. Her and Dante both walked with me in the room. Dante wasn't speaking. She was the one who was leading the whole meeting, right? She was leading the whole meeting. She was asking me about what happened with a previous incident with the other supervisor, right? She's asking me what happened here, what happened there. Cool. Off bat, she was already like,
Apologies, you guys. I had some
off bat, she was
background
already
noise.
like
like she
accusing,
got
like,
your
yeah, like she's like,
she ready to fire you.
yeah,
She ready to
exactly.
fire
And then
you.
she was like, oh, well, you're terminated. And if you have any questions, let me know. And I was like, okay, I have some questions. She's like, no, go in the emails and message the question. I said, and then she asked me again, do you have any questions? I said, yeah, can I speak
I'm
now? She's like, no.
it's 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 no reason for you to ask me do I have a question if you're not gonna let me ask my
Right.
question.
She kept cutting me off and then she walked out. So when she walked out, that must have been when she had popped or when she popped her head. Because
I'm
then
like,
I
but
was speaking
y'all
to
was back
Dante.
there talking for a minute before,
Right, exactly.
like
So this is what
I
happened before she came back because so she had terminated me, that she had left. Then I was speaking to Dante about the situation, and he was kind of copying please, like he was kind of like, oh well, blah blah blah. Kind of, he wasn't really saying much. He was just kind of saying he was trying to basically shift the blame on the people I hang out with. So then, in the midst of me and Dante having a conversation, the second time she's ran in, hopped in a conversation, and then she shoots me, right? And then you seen from the part where she walked out, right?
like just walked that smooth too. I'm talking about like it ain't even seem like I ain't gonna say it ain't seem like she shot you, but it was like shit. You had like they run cameras back. It's obvious. Like she ain't have on no mask, no none of this.
And you said you saw her with the gun?
Yeah, but we thought she was. I ain't gonna. Me and Jabbar thought she was gonna shoot us right then because it was like she was trying to put the gun up, or she was pulling out. It was either or. Like you could see the motion.
Right. And of course you guys heard the gunshots. Okay, so
Hell yeah, that's why we ran back though. And it was only three of y'all.
Okay.
One person went out the door, one of y'all was on the ground, and the other one, Dante was like shit. Like he was complaining about this happening in the bean.
Okay. Because like I said, I remember, of course, the initial conversation. I remember her shooting me. Like I said, you wasn't there when I initially came in. So I came in, obviously
Okay.
Jabari was there, so I'll have to speak to him. But I initially came in to speak to Dante, right? She was already
Okay, the
there
chambers
waiting,
has finished
right? So
reviewing the evidence. We'll wait for you guys to catch up.
she's like, "Oh, Nerys, can you come in the back? I need to speak to you." Her and Dante both spoke. Her and Dante both walked with me in the room. Dante wasn't speaking. She was the one who was leading the whole meeting, right? She was leading the whole meeting. She was asking me about what happened with a previous incident with the other supervisor, right? She's asking me what happened here, what happened there. Cool. Off bat, she was already like,
Like she
accusing,
got
like,
your
yeah, like she's like,
she ready to fire you.
yeah,
She ready to
exactly.
fire
And then
you.
she was like, "Oh, well, you're terminated. And if you have any questions, let me know." And I was like, "Okay, I have some questions." She's like, "No, go in the emails and message the question." I said, and then she asked me again, "Do you have any questions?" I said, "Yeah, can I speak
I'm
now?" She's like, "No."
it's 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 no reason for you to ask me, do I have a question if you're not gonna let me ask you my
Right.
question.
She kept cutting me off and then she walked out. So when she walked out, that must have been when she had popped or when she popped her head. Because
I'm
then
like,
I
but
was speaking
y'all
to
was back
Dante.
there talking for a minute before,
Right, exactly.
like
So this is what happened before she came back because so she had terminated me, then she had left. Then I was speaking to Dante about the situation, and he was kind of copying please, like he was kind of like, "Oh, well, blah blah blah." Kind of, he wasn't really saying much. He was just kind of saying he was trying to basically shift the blame on the people I hang out with. So then, in the midst of me and Dante having a conversation, the second time she's ran in, hopped in a conversation, and then she shoots me, right? And then you seen from the part where she walked out, right?
like just walked that smooth too. I'm talking about like it ain't seem like I ain't gonna say it ain't seem like she shot you, but it was like shit. You had like they run cameras back. It's obvious. Like she ain't have on no mask, no none of this.
And you said you saw her with the gun.
Like yeah, but we thought she was. I ain't. Me and Jabbar thought she was gonna shoot us right then because it was like she was trying to put the gun up, or she was pulling out. It was either or. Like you can see the motion.
Right. And of course you guys heard the gunshots. Okay, so
Hell yeah, that's why we ran back there. Like, and it was only three of y'all.
okay,
One person went out the door, one of y'all was on the ground, and the other one, Dante was like shit. Like he was complaining about this happening in the bean.
okay. Because like I said, I remember, of course, the initial conversation. I remember her shooting me. Um,
Okay, so the next piece of evidence is going to correlate with the statement that Kymir gave on the reasoning of why my client was headed back to the beam machine and what led up to her being terminated wrongfully.
Okay.
Your Honor, before that evidence was played, the defense does have a rebut to that evidence being admitted on the grounds of it being illegal. California is a two-party consent state, meaning that if you're going to admit any type of recording, within the recording, the party does have to make their consent known. They have to make it known that they're aware they're being recorded and they consent to being recorded. Or they have to have a predated written affidavit of the person consenting, which they have neither.
I will say again that Mr. Shiloh was supposed to testify all this in court today. I even spoke with him. I just couldn't get with him after because he was not in the city.
And because he is not here, this evidence is inadmissible because it violates California's third party consent statute.
My ruling is your motion overruled in that this evidence was entered into evidence for full review
And your
by
Honor
hold on,
advised
I'm
us.
talking, I'm talking, I'm talking. I am talking. This was entered into evidence and discovery where you could have issued your objection to it Also, this witness was very much aware that this recording was being entered as his official statement, and he is on the official witness list. Let's continue. Bella?
You're,
Okay, so as
It's
stated, this
allowed.
next piece of
Sorry, Bella. This is allowed. It's been here for the longest. It's been, and he was supposed to be here.
this, the question wasn't about the evidence being submitted. It was about the admissibility based off California code, California not the evidence code, but the privacy violations, and we don't have any proof that he knew this beforehand, except you and her saying that he knew this beforehand.
Being that I am the judge, his name is on the evidence witness list. He has also given his consent to the court. That is good enough for this court, and it should be good enough for you.
That's what we were trying
I
to
didn't
tell
receive
you.
that
Your
before the trial. I didn't receive
that's
any
what
of what you're saying right now before trial.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to tell you, Your Honor, is that the California third-party consent statute, it requires consent be given at the time. Consent can't retroactively be given. So considering that it wasn't submitted with the video, it does still violate California third-party statutes. And when we did try to make this argument, you actually instructed us to argue against the admissibility of this particular video in court.
And you did, and I
um
ruled. Let's move on. Continue, Bella.
okay, so this next piece of evidence is going to correlate with the testimony that Mr. Kymir Links gave, showing the reasoning why my client was originally terminated, that they claim to be. So I'm going to go ahead and play that now.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell her like she can't overcharge. No, some supervisor, some guy beam machine, bro. She overcharging. 3K. Bro, he bought three bags of 3K. She charged him 6K. That's crazy. Get that money back.
Oh, I knew I smelled some fine shit come. Didn't I tell you? So when I asked you if you taxed me, you said no, right? Yeah, I did. I did. But you did, bitch, because it's supposed to be 3K. No, you're not. And I'm gonna text you every time. How you doing?
Oh, do it, do it, do it. I'm a supervisor. Do it, 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 do it,
Oh my God.
do it.
Your Honor, this is also the footage that my client presented to Mr. Dante that he passed on to Elize. So the next piece of evidence is going to be, this was supposed to correlate with a witness who did not show up. Mr. Eli was going to testify that what happened in this piece of evidence that I'm going to show. But this evidence is going to show the second incident that took place at the beam machine that my client brought up to Mr. Dante before he passed the whole situation on to Elevate.
All right.
Open this, nice.
Hold on.
What you mean? I'm not talking. Well, now I am. Can you please open this?
Come on, Crash. Come on.
No, Risa, open it, you dumb hoe. She don't
It's
want me to
cool.
get started with
It's
her.
cool. It's cool.
And I just want to be correct. I just want to verify something. The evidence that we presented in the first evidentiary hearing is not allowed, right?
That
Because
is
you did say it would be allowed.
That is
He went
correct.
back.
That evidence is not allowed.
Okay, well then, with that, I have no further evidence.
All right. Does the plaintiff rest her case?
At this time, yes.
All right. At this time, we are going to turn over to the defense portion of the trial and hand the reins over to First Chair Ike Monroe. Ike, you may call your first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. I was trying to get him present, but if he is present at the time, my first witness we're calling would be Jabari Brown.
Jabari Brown, can you please take the stand? Jabari Brown, please take the stand.
Hmm.
All right, it seems that
Yeah, I don't
Mr.
believe.
Brown is not here. Do you want to try to reach him? Is he in
Um,
the building? Is he
no, Your Honor, it's
nearby?
not.
Is he?
He's not
One
in the
second.
building. We're trying to get him.
He's here. He's
One
here.
second, her.
He's in the Discord.
Okay,
In the Discord.
Excellent.
okay. There's.
Okay, Mr. Brown, can you hear my, let me see something here. All right, Mr. Brown, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I'm going to swear you in at this time. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you D10 5M gods.
I do.
Mr. Monroe, you may begin your questioning.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. Please state your full name and occupation.
Jabari Brown. I'm a cook at the Bean Machine.
All right. What was your job at the Green Machine at the time of the incident between Nurse and Alize Castillo?
I was just a regular employee at the time. New hire.
Were you working that day?
Yes, I was working that day.
All right. What were you doing right before that gunshot happened?
I was just stocking up like we usually do, stocking up bread, all the ingredients that we require to stock up during the day.
All right. And you heard a gunshot. What'd you do immediately after you heard it?
Uh, Immediately, me and Chalo were just shocked, and we like ducked our head immediately. And then after we saw they run out of the building, we ran to the back to see what was going on, and that's when we saw Miss Maurice and Dante.
Okay. And what did you see when you walked in there? What Nurse and Dante?
Mr. Dante was in shock with what was going on. Like he was standing over, like just in shock, looking at her, pretty much.
Did he attempt to help her?
He did, yes. He picked her up and took her to get medical attention right outside the beam machine.
And did you see him act any kind of way aggressively or violently?
He did not, no sir.
Okay. Who called EMS?
He did, sir.
In your opinion, did Dante seem like this? He knew this was about to happen.
No, he did not.
Objection, Your Honor.
On the grounds and basis.
Um, excuse me. Disregard that objection. Disregard that objection.
All right.
It's just the fact that he asked him for his opinion. So I was gonna object against it.
You got to know the term for it. You're right, but you need to
Yeah,
know the
I
term for
don't.
me to
So
find.
I'm
All
just
right. So
disregarding. I don't at the moment.
okay, understood. Sir, you can answer the question.
He did not.
All right.
All right. Did you see anything that would make you think that Dante orchestrated or caused this event?
No, I do not.
Thank you. Your Honor, defense offers Exhibit H, which is the signed declaration by Jabari Brown himself, consistent with the testimony here. It confirms a statement under the penalty of perjury, and it was the same kind of it was an interview I gave him before, it kind of touching on these same questions, but we'll also be offering entering that into evidence today.
Okay.
Um,
Now, is that a document or is that a part of the video that you'll be playing for the court at this time?
I won't be playing a video yet. I mean,
Okay.
I'm, we have no more questions for this witness if they want to cross the.
I
Okay.
do want to cross-examine him.
All right.
Hello, Jabari.
Hello.
Jabari, just to confirm, because I had a little mix-up. You were the Jabari that was on duty, correct? Because I'm presuming there's
Yes,
people
I
that
am
were
the
separate
juror
in
that
that
was
shift.
on duty at.
Okay, so in your questioning with Mr. Dante, you said that something along the lines of you felt like he did not orchestrate the meeting, correct?
Like he didn't orchestrate the meeting.
Like he didn't put the meeting together between Maurice.
Objection.
At the time,
Basis of
That's
objection.
not mis misleading. That's not the question he was asked.
Sustained.
I didn't ask about a question that he asked. I asked what he said towards the question.
Sustained. Rephrase your question, Bella.
Okay. Jabari, do you feel that Dante put the meeting together between Maurice and Alizé?
Objection.
at the
Misleading.
time,
Sustained. Rephrase your question.
How is that
You
misleading?
asked him if he felt. The court can only deal with facts. Rephrase the question.
Thank you for that.
You're
Anyways,
welcome.
okay, Jabari, because that's what I was looking for. Jabari, did Dante put the meeting together between Alizé and?
I'm not sure. I clocked in, and they were already back there, so I'm not sure like
Okay, so
what
you're
happened
not
prior.
sure. So previously, when Ike just asked you the question, you answered no, correct?
That's
To
not
what
argument.
question?
It's not argumentative. When Ike just asked you if Dante put the meeting together, you said no, correct?
That's an answer.
I think so.
Okay,
I
so
don't.
why now you say that you don't know when you originally just said no?
I mean, that's just from what I remember. I came in, and they were already back there. Like I said, I heard their voices. So,
Did you see the previous evidence that I showed with you giving your
you said
statement?
talking to me.
The
I
evidence
walked
with
into
the conversation between me and you gave your
yeah, I walked
statement, the
into the
video
courtroom
evidence that I
kind of
just
late.
shared.
So I walked
Okay,
into the courtroom
so
kind of late.
in that evidence you said that the meeting was with Dante and Maurice. And now you're
Yes, from
saying
what I heard.
that okay, so can you give us a count on what you remember from that day, Jabari? In detail, please.
I remember clocking. I remember clocking in and going to do my normal day-to-day business at B Machine, stocking up on materials. And I see Shiloh, my coworker, in the back stocking up as well. And I hear boss man Dante in the back, and then I hear a female's voice, and it sounded like Nerys in the back. So at the time when I came into work, they were already in the back. I did not see anybody.
Wait, can you repeat that last statement?
Which part of it?
You said you didn't see anybody. Can you repeat that?
Yes, I did not see anyone at all. I just heard voices.
Your Honor, if possible, I would like to go back to the video where he gave his original statement at the courthouse.
I don't think we need to go back to the video, but you
Well, then
can.
I'm going to recall something that he said in the video. So in the video, he said he don't know why Elize was present. He didn't see Elize present because he presumed that the meeting was between Dante and Maurice. So I believe this witness has been tampered with. I'm not sure if his statement is credible at this time because he's saying a lot of things. He's saying a lot of things that would, what's the word I'm looking? Um, Not correlate. I want to say because in one statement he's
Your Honor,
saying, "Oh, the meeting was with Dante," and then in another statement he's
Okay, so are you going to make a
Dante did
move?
not with the meeting.
Are you making a move to strike his testimony?
Yes, at this time.
Your Honor, the only difference between the two testimonies is this one's under oath and the one she had was not. So he didn't have to tell any kind of truth to her when she was asking the questions. If that's what she's saying.
It appears from his testimony he's giving two different versions. It's almost
He's
perjurous.
given two different versions.
So
I didn't hear you, but
I'm going to strike the testimony that he just provided.
can we?
Because also it also seems as if he wasn't really a witness to what happened.
And I do want to point
He
out, like, once you say this under oath, once he decided that he was going to testify and take the stand, he very much was under oath, and he's under oath right now, and he's currently lying under oath. Let's point out the fact that he's lying under oath because he
this is
stated,
your statement. That's not. You can't make that statement as a fact. You can't
Ike,
tell
I
me
okay,
will
something's
Ike.
allow
not.
Well,
you. I
motion
will.
motion to strike his testimony, please.
Um, we would like a rebuttal at least because again, this
Okay,
testimony is under oath.
I'll give you the opportunity to for a brief opportunity to redirect. Make it make sense. Ike, you can redirect. Are you finished with your questions with him, Bella, before I give Ike the opportunity to redirect?
Yes, at this time.
All right. Ike, you may question the witness.
Mr. Brown, was
Yes,
every
sir.
statement you made today in under oath true?
Yes,
And so, um, you swear with the penalty of going to jail for lying on the stand that everything you're saying today is true.
everything I am saying today is true.
Your Honor, that's our rebuttal to the motion to strike. He was sworn in. You sworn him in. You swore him in. He told you he would tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and you accepted it. And he told the truth, and now it's being struck because she said he's a liar. I feel that's unfair, and
He still
we
told a lie though under oath.
he did not.
Yes,
There's no proof of
I'm
that, so
gonna.
we can't.
Okay, so this is what I'm gonna point out. And of course, I don't
All
want
right, go
nobody
ahead,
going to
Judge. I'm
jail,
waiting
but
on you.
lying under oath is a crime. So when you asked him the question on whether he knew or did not know, or whatever question you asked him about Dante putting the
You
meeting
have to know the
together,
exact, hold on. You have to, if you're going to accuse this man of perjury, you have to be succinct and exact. What was the question
okay,
that
okay,
Ike
so
asked? Hmm.
I asked him if he knew that Dante set the meeting up, and he said no, Dante did not set it up. Then he said, when I asked him the question, he said he did not know.
Who set the meeting up? Now that is true. That did raise my eyebrow a bit as well. Ike, is there an explanation
My,
for this?
my question verbatim was: did you see anything that would make you think Dante orchestrated or caused this event? Not did Dante orchestrate or cause this event? That was my question. It had nothing to do with the meeting because he wasn't in there, and he already said he wasn't there. They were already there when he got there. He wasn't there
In
when they
lieu
arrived.
of
So that was
a court stenographer, I will take Counselor Ike at his word, as he is an officer of the court and bears no dishonesty towards the court. Let's move on. Overruled. Next question to the witness.
we got no more questions for this witness. He's dismissed.
All right. Sir, thank you very much. We appreciate your time in this matter.
Of course.
Ike, you may call your
I know
next
she.
witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. I know she had something to go do yesterday, but if she's present in the court today, our next witness was Kimberly Possible, and we'll go ahead and do that part. And we did it yesterday, so if she's not here, we're okay with that.
All right. Is Miss Possible in the building? Kim Possible, are you here? All right. It looks like she is not here. You may move to your next witness.
Uh, our third witness will be examined by my co-counsel, my wife.
Okay.
It'll
And
be
who
Shay
is your
Hilton.
next witness? The name?
It'll be Shay Hilton
Shay Hilton. Shay Hilton, can you please
or
take the
Shy.
stand?
I'm not sure how to pronounce.
Shay Hilton.
She's present somewhere. She is back here. Well, she was. Yeah, she's here.
I'm here.
Okay. So Shay Hilton, you are joining us from the emails, correct?
Hmm.
Okay. Hold on, please.
Uh, she,
Let me
she's
make
in the
sure
courtroom.
that I have
Shay, you
your.
can come to the stand. She's in here.
Yes. Shay, can you also come to the
Yeah, she's
stand,
in.
please, as well? Thank you.
Hmm.
Oh, is Miss Hilton here in the courtroom?
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
here.
she's on the stand, right to your left.
Oh, okay.
And she's right next to you.
I was looking on the other side. All right, Miss Hilton, let's go ahead and get you sworn in. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you, D10 5M gods.
I do.
Okay, Miss Monroe, you may proceed with your questioning.
Can she speak in here? Hello? Both of
Want me to
them?
speak where?
Yes, one moment.
I can't hear the end stage for some reason.
Okay, there's a lot of typing going on. Are we asking questions or are we typing? What are we doing?
Hi, Miss Hilton. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
So, of
Oh, hold on,
course,
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Order in the
oh,
court. Order in the court.
oh, they scrapping.
Can y'all get these two? I need to find out who they are. I need them ejected from my courtroom.
Ooh,
Please get the IDs of these two people. They will be held in contempt and charged.
ooh,
Oh yeah, they be jumping
they're
people.
all
Those
fighting.
HBIC people. Yeah, they jump you.
Do we have any police
Hmm.
presence in the courtroom right now? And can someone please make sure we have those identifiers?
Oh my God,
Make
she's
sure
in
they
the
know they
court.
got the HBIC chains. Yup. They threatened me yesterday in court.
I'm gonna need
Oh my
both
God.
parties arrested,
And I'm gonna need their names for
and
pressing
we need
charges.
their names, IDs, all that. How dare you?
I got hit.
Under the jail. These shenanigans will not be tolerated in this court. I need
So,
names now. Hold on. Is somebody getting the identifiers for these people? And do we have police
Um,
presence in the courtroom? Bailiff, something.
I did ask about police officers, and I forget who I asked, but they was like, do we need
Zero.
officers? And this is why we need officers.
Noted.
I think
Oh
Sin
yeah,
just
y'all
got
need the
killed.
police. They threatened to kill me yesterday.
why is she hitting
Hmm.
people? Control the rat.
Okay. Was someone able to get the identity of the hooligans that were here in the court just now?
Your Honor, so I'm getting word that these are people who belong to some sort of people belong to some sort of organization or family called HBIC, and they have been harassing Ms. Hilton as well as employees of the Bean Machine. The person who was injured severely just now to unconsciousness was Sin, who is a employee of the Bean Machine, and the attackers were the HBIC wearing people who also tried to intimidate Miss Hilton.
So
And
what
I'm
I
also
just
trying to
saw,
figure out why
what
defendants
Objection, objection, objection.
hold on, what I just saw was everybody fighting. So everybody going down, like New
Hey, can
Jack
I get a
City.
shoe tie?
Like Nino
Also, Your
Brown
Honor, it
said,
was brought to my
they
attention too
all
that
going
they're
down.
trying to.
I'm talking. I need the names of everybody that was fighting in here. I don't care who it is. I don't care what side of the track they from. I don't care what chain they wearing. This chain I got say DOJ. And these proceedings will be
Period.
respected. Now I want the names and I need
Then
jail.
wait up.
How about that? DA,
Ask her why she look a mess.
prosecution.
Why she look like a
Let's
rock
get that
star.
together. Now that I've given that order, let's move on with this trial.
Your Honor, may you kindly instruct the defendant to remain in her seat? Her friends have already tried to intimidate Ms. Hilton out of testifying. They just beat up another Bean Machine employee, and she's repeatedly approaching the stand. Ms. Hilton has already survived one of Ms. Norris's attacks. May she stay in her seat and stay quiet, please?
Your Honor, can we not refer to what my client's friends as an organization, please? Because if that's the case, that would be putting a big charge on them, and it is
My apologies,
defamation.
the organized attackers.
There'll be no mention of any organization as there's no proof
Oh
of
no,
that.
they are. They attacked
Hold
me
on.
as a
What
group.
the
Those
Oh,
same chain.
oh, Miss Hilton, we have to let the
Every
judge
time
speak
they
no matter
attacked me,
what.
they had that chain on.
And why is she not speaking in here? Like, what's
Y-
going
y-
on?
uh so
I can't hear.
I'm gonna say this one more time. When I'm speaking, no one speaks. You will be held in contempt and I will drag you downstairs myself. I'm trying to get through this. There'll be no sidebar jabs. That is a human, a woman, and an individual. Unless you have specific proof that she is an organization and that has come to trial, you will acknowledge her as Mrs. Noir. And that's it. Let's have some respect. Miss Noir, I'm going to need you to remain seated.
I can't hear
Bella,
neither on stage.
make sure you
Nothing.
control your client. This is not a
Okay,
monkey
so she said
circus.
remain seated. She can't. I don't think Miss Nora could hear y'all in the city if y'all not speaking in the city. She needs y'all to speak.
Now let's continue. JB, I think your witness's head popped. Let's move on to the next one until she gets back.
I think she was in the Zoom call as well, Your Honor.
Okay. Miss Hilton, are you still with us?
I'm still here.
Okay. JB, you may now question Miss Hilton. Let's get back on track.
Miss Hilton, I just want to, of course, thank you for being here. You know, despite efforts to intimidate you out of testifying, here you still sit. So thank you very much for being here today. I'm going to ask you mainly about what happened on your shift that occurred on May 4th. I understand it is traumatizing, but it's just going to be brief. So first,
Yes,
can you tell us before that, can you tell us what you do for the Bean Machine?
I'm a supervisor for B Machine. I've been working there for since damn near the beginning since they first opened up.
All right, you're a very seasoned employee, I see. So can you tell us about, your routine and everything that happened on May the 4th?
Um, when I arrived at B Machine, no one else was working. I opened up the shop. I start setting everything up, and typically, I gather ingredients, things I need to do to prep meals, and I then make an announcement that hey, Bean Machine's open. I tend to run specials depending, to bring in more customers, but it's very limited to how many specials I do give out. Um this and Should I stop there?
That actually is a good amount of information. So on this
Okay.
particular day, you had a customer and a price dispute. Tell us about that.
Yes, the customer came in, and I told him he ordered a few meals. I told him the price. He paid. Um, he then proceeded to. This person has. Um, I already had my guard up when he initially came in because he, for some reason, just feels he has to attack me, antagonize me, threaten me every time he sees me. He did this when he. I'm sorry. Yes. And it has always been initiated by this person who his name is Kamir. And it's always absolutely several times threatened my child. Um
Objection, Your Honor.
um
On the grounds?
Speculation. This is all speculative. And we just
This is
witnessed and noted that this
eyewitness
client that
accounts.
is speaking, this witness that is speaking, have a huge problem with the I don't know, the HBIC chains as
Your
witness.
Honor, that's neither here nor there because this is her eyewitness testimony, the same way as yesterday. All of her witnesses.
But it's biased, being that they have prior history. Both sides do not. Both sides have an issue with each other, is what I'm saying.
All right. Sustained. She can continue. She's speaking to what she experienced first person. You continue your statement, ma'am.
okay, so because I was at work and on shift, I tried to still remain as professional as possible, even though he continued to antagonize me and threaten me. I still was like, hey, listen, I don't have to service you, but I continued to try to stay as professional as possible and still serviced him and still gave him his order. After him continued to threaten me, I still serviced him, gave him his, whatever, and he the shop. So my guard was already up then when he ordered his food. So I was already feeling anxious at the time, and I was like, okay, you know what? Let's calm down. Let's calm down, shy. Um, but then he left. And so I was like, okay, fine. Then he then proceeds to come back, and now with Norris, he then proceeds to come back with her. And now his instead of um Norris possibly pulling me to the side and talking to me about it or whatever the situation was, the same person who was just irate with me, attacked me multiple times in the past, was just cursing me out as I'm trying to service him. He comes in and like immediately, when I told you, like I felt like I was about to, like, oh my gosh, I got to defend myself because now he came back with someone else. And at the time, at first, I didn't even realize she was a supervisor, but I know they both had the HBIC chains on. So I was like, okay, well, they are grouped together. You know, now they must be coming to do. I felt they were going to do something to me because of this price. This I definitely felt threatened. I definitely felt threatened. I definitely felt scared for my life, which is why I pulled out my licensed weapon and um proceeded to shoot Chimere. So I did feel yes,
If someone's speaking, I
yes.
can't hear.
I'm sorry.
So
Yes, within emails.
I'm asking a question to Ms. Hilton now. So again, just reminding you that you are under oath under the threat of perjury. Violating the law of perjury will send you off to prison. So knowing that and that you have to tell the truth, when you discharged your firearm, did you genuinely believe that you were facing imminent harm?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was Listen, there's been several encounters in the past when Kamir, her friends, and with the HBI scenes, they have attacked us unprovokedly, tried to rob us multiple times. I absolutely feared for my life at that moment. And I felt I did what I needed to do. And I let my guard down at first I was a little afraid when the Reese ran behind the counter. I was a little afraid. So I'd say, hey, back up, back up. But when she Okay. Okay, yes, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm not
Yes.
hearing.
Can you
Objection, Your Honor. Her whole statement is speculative, and she is lying under oath.
Okay,
Not
so
speculative.
before I rule on that, let's go back because I did not hear what what Councilor Monroe asked of Miss Hilton. Can you repeat that, JB, so that I have an understanding of what's happening right now?
Miss Hilton was telling her story and I just paused her to elaborate on some points, that's all.
What point did you ask her to elaborate on?
I asked her to slow down and I was about to ask a question.
Okay, can you ask your question? Go ahead and ask your question.
Um, okay, so Miss Hilton, you've now discharged your firearm at this point. So, did you immediately recognize the second person you say came in?
Not initially, I didn't. It wasn't until she made it clear who she was and what position she played at Bean Machine.
Okay, so before she introduced herself or made herself known, you didn't recognize her.
Exactly.
And by this point, you had your gun pointed up, correct?
Exactly.
And keep in mind if there's any objections, we do have video that we can also play alongside this testimony if need be. So with that being said, did you lower your gun after you recognized the person speaking?
Yes, I did. Once she announced that who she was, because at first she ran towards me, ran behind the counter towards me, and I knew they were together, so I assumed that she was going to try to attack me, but I, tried to warn her, say, hey, back up, back up, back up. But she said, hey, I'm a supervisor. And then I let my guard down because I
So
said, okay,
let's
she's
slow
a
so let's
supervisor
slow
here.
let's slow down for
Okay,
a moment, Miss Hilton. So now that you've recognized that the person that
right,
you would were pointing your gun at and lowering it, this was a supervisor of Bean Machine, Norris Noir,
correct,
the defendant, right there. Oh wait, you're not here, so I can't even.
correct.
But
So
Miss No, comprehension. No.
Okay,
oh, Nor, my apologies.
just hold it.
So
You could, wait, just try
that's
not to
my
outburst.
name.
No. Not no. No.
Okay, I can't hear her.
Wait, I'm sorry. What'd you
It's
say?
pronounced Nor. It's pronounced Nor.
Okay, my apologies, Miss Nor. I did not mean to mispronounce your name this entire time.
Right.
So, Miss Hilton, the other person, of course, was Supervisor Nurse Noor. When she came in and announced herself as a supervisor, did she ask you what happened?
No, she did not.
Okay. Did she ask what the dispute was about?
No,
Did she raise any questions as to why you did what you did?
no,
Did she attempt to investigate
the cause of the dispute?
Absolutely not.
No, she didn't seem to investigate anything. In fact, she stabbed you, didn't she?
Oh,
Yes, and I had to take a lot of time off of work. I was scared to come back to work for a long time. Um, I was very, very shocked that she turned around and did that to me.
So she came in and announced herself as a supervisor of the bean machine, and her first act thereafter is stabbing an employee after she was forced to defend herself.
Counselor,
Yes.
can you provide the
Yes,
timeline of these events
absolutely.
just in case I missed it?
E-
I'm a bit confused. When did the stabbing take place?
the events, as
As soon
in
as
the
she cut
video
off
and
the
as per
arm,
testimony, the supervisor here, Shay Hilton, was working. She had sold products to Chimere, and he left. They later, Chimere later came back with Miss Norris Noir in tow. Miss A dispute began between Chimere and Shay, where she feared for her life and discharged her weapon due to prior violent disputes she had with Chimere. Nurse Noir then ran behind the counter at Miss Hilton and announced that she was a supervisor before then proceeding to stab her.
Thank you for the clarification.
Now, Shay, you've
yes,
been stabbed. You were helped up by medical professionals at this point, right?
yes,
So after you were helped up, you had briefly shut the store down and locked the door.
yes, ma'am.
Objection.
Is it standard practice to lock the door
There was an
after violence
objection. What's the
occurs?
basis of the objection?
Leading and speculative.
Your Honor, all of these
I'll
events
allow
are
it.
Not to mention that this witness is lying under oath.
I'll allow it. Continue with the testimony.
Your Honor, before we continue with the testimony, she's accused two of our witnesses of lying with no proof. Can we get that
Oh, I have
answered?
proof for this one. I'm just waiting to cross-examine.
Let's
Then can
continue
we
with
have ask
testimony.
her to wait for that?
You can object. I can either sustain or overrule. I said let's move on with the testimony.
So getting back to things, we're on the timeline here. So my next question, Ms. Hilton, is it standard practice for employees to briefly close the business, lock the doors after violent events occur?
Yes, it is.
So were you following Bean Machine policy when you locked the door after you were helped by
Objection.
someone?
What is the relevance for this questioning?
I'm almost done, Your Honor, and it is highly relevant because keep in mind this is the very event Miss Norris was
This is
terminated for. She's claiming wrongful termination, and I'm proving that her
But why
termination was
is
very, very
the
much
conduct
rightful.
of locking doors?
Bella. I'm going to hold you in contempt. When someone else is speaking, you guys are not to interrupt. I need to be able to hear so that I can make a determination. Once she stops talking, then you can talk. JP, please finish your sentence, and then Bella, you can say what you had to say. Go ahead.
To answer your question, Your Honor, the reason it's relevant is because a part of the accusations of this suit is wrongful termination. This testimony directly states that the termination was very much rightful by her own actions.
Thank you. Bella, now what were
Um,
you saying? Hmm.
I do also want to point out that the events that she is talking about, and she gave you this false timeline of these events, are two different situations, two different events that I do have the evidence for.
I'm
So
Bella.
with
I'm
that
gonna
being
allow
said,
her to. Bella, I'm going to allow her to continue because it does hold relevance. But remember, you will be able to cross examine, at which point you can dismantle whatever she's saying if you so choose. But for now, we're going to
At
let
this
her
time, though, Your
continue.
Honor, I do have evidence that I want to introduce
When it's your
pertaining to
turn,
what she is saying.
when it is your turn on cross, you can.
Mhm.
Right now, the ball is in JB's court, literally. Let her finish her examination of her witness. All right, JB.
All right, and my witness didn't get a chance to answer this question, so I'll re-ask it. Miss Hilton, when you had locked the door as soon as you were able to stand up, were you following Bean Machine's policy?
Yes, I was. But
Objection, Your Honor. That
and
is
I
not the same incident. They're talking about two different incidents. When she locked the door, that was a later time. That was not the time that she was stabbed. They're lying under oath. That is what I'm trying to say.
But I get
Your
what you're
Honor, we're
trying to
not
say,
saying
but
that
I
she was.
already ruled on this. I'm
not what she's
allowing
saying.
it. I am allowing her testimony so that we can gain an understanding. Now, if it proves to be irrelevant, then that will come to pass. That will come to we'll see it basically. But you have to allow us to get through this part. JB, next question, please.
So, Miss Hilton, after you unlocked the door, or my apologies, after you had locked the door, it somehow became unlocked at some point. Did you unlock it?
Yes, I did.
So you unlocked the video, or excuse me, you unlocked the door later into the video after those two people, or after you had gotten help.
Yes, ma'am.
So once you had received help, police were called to the scene.
Okay, okay, this is what happened because I think you might be a little confused too. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so after I was helped, I did stop service for a little bit, to gather myself together. I then continued to try to service customers. So then another one of Norice's friends came in and um tried to get service. I told him the price. He didn't like the price, so then he calls up the same people that just came in and attacked me previously. He called them back up there again. So then he comes back in and said, I'm finna have to kill this bitch.
Hmm?
Excuse my language in the court, but this is exactly what he said, and it's in 4K. I'm finna kill this bitch. Y'all come up here right now. I'm about to kill this bitch. They're all wearing the same HBIC chain too, by the way, and it's in 4K. We're gonna
I
have
don't
to
know
kill
which
this
4K
bitch.
this is. We don't have that evidence.
Well, this what happened? Well, how else will it?
Refrain from. No, it's
It
not.
is
Refrain
not.
from.
It is not in
Okay,
discovery.
Once.
okay.
Refrain from
I'm gonna.
arguing with
I'm
her.
what?
We're not introducing this into evidence. She's just speaking on a video that she has. She says she has the video. That's all. That's all she said.
Let's continue.
We're gonna have. Okay, so they continue to say, we're gonna have to kill this bitch. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Kamir, I'm sorry, the first one rushes the guy who came in the second time. He rushes in with a bat. So then he rushes in with a bat. And actually, no, actually he runs behind the counter. I'm sorry, he didn't have a bat. Excuse me if I said that wrong. I'm sitting by the count behind the counter. I said, please leave, please leave, please leave. He said, no, I'm gonna kill this, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you. He runs behind the counter, stabs me. I then pull out my firearm. He runs out. He said, he gets on the radio. She got a gun. She got a gun. Come on, hurry up, hurry up. So now I'm still fearing for my life. He runs back in. He runs back into B Machine, attempts to attack me again. I shoot him. Chimere, the original one from who there was a dispute with the prices, rushes in there too with the bat. attempts to attack me, and then I shot him as well. And then that is when I locked the door because I was afraid of anybody else rushing in there with a HBIC chain on or anybody related to them doing anything to me. So that is when I locked the door again. And so then that's when the police arrived. Um, I'm sorry, EMS arrived. Narice comes, she opens up the door for, so, everybody can get help. And police arrive. I get questioned by the police officers. I show them evidence of everything that's went on. It was ruled that it was self-defense. I received my gun back and I was allowed to leave.
So just to sort of break down the timeline of how Miss Noor performed her duties as a supervisor during these events on this day, she came and failed to investigate a price dispute, but succeeded in stabbing you
Oop.
and clocked in on duty
Objection, Your
outside
Honor,
of
is
the store
speculative.
while never wearing her uniform or performing any supervisory duties.
I
Absolutely. She
think
was
the
not on the
object.
clock and
Objection,
she was
Your
not
Honor,
in uniform.
speculative.
I'm
She was not on the
actually
clock
it's
and she was not
testifying.
in
JB,
uniform.
let's keep it to questions only. Do not testify.
That was a question.
That wasn't a question. Ask a question.
And let's point out the fact that Narice did not go in as a supervisor. She stated that she was a supervisor. It is stated in their code of conduct that
Bella, do you have an objection? Okay. If you do not have an objection, please let the defense do their thing.
Your Honor, can I point out that it's going on the next hour is taking too long. This is taking too long.
Bella, do you have an objection? I agree with you, but I only need to hear from you if you have an objection. What adds to the time of this is you breaking in without an objection, because then now I have to clear that up.
Some bullshit.
JB, do you have any more questions? I
One
can't
last
hear you if you're
question.
talking. Please make it
Miss,
quick.
is it, Miss Hilton, is it possible to lock and unlock doors while you are clocked out of Bean Machine Systems?
If you are not clocked in, you will still have keys, even though you are not clocked in for work. You still have access to the keys. So yes, she was not. I'm sorry, but I will testify that Norris was not on the clock, and she was unlocking and unlocking the door.
All right, thank you. JB, any more
Thank you,
questions
Miss
for this
Hilton.
witness?
No more questions.
Thank you. Bella, this is now your witness. You may cross-examine.
Okay, Shay, you're the current supervisor at the Bean Machine, correct?
It's shy. It's not Shay. It's shy.
Shy Hilton.
Hmm.
So you're the current supervisor at the Bean Machine, correct?
Yes.
So would you say that, let me not ask it like that. So you have a direct issue with Narice's friends, correct?
What do you mean direct
Shy?
issue? What do you? Can you clarify direct issue? Can you clarify that
Like
for me,
a
please?
beef problem? Your problem is with Narice's friends, correct?
Norris and her friends as a collective,
But you
and
just testified and said
listen,
that you
ma'am,
didn't know
ma'am,
that.
I'm including Norris and her friends. They have all attacked me
Well, let me
and
put it like
threatened
this.
me in a lot of
Prior to Narice stabbing you, you
Can I
would say
finish my
that.
statement? Can I finish my statement?
Easy, easy, ladies. Let's be respectful. Now, Miss Hilton, You are under oath
Mhm.
and you are to answer the questions as presented by counsel. This is not a time for arguments. A man's business is at stake here. We just need you to answer the questions. That's it. Bella, ask your question, please.
So prior to Norris stabbing you, your problem, your direct issue that you had was with Norris's friends, correct? Give me 1 second before answering that. Okay, you can answer.
I have had problems with Norris and all of her friends who carry a HBIC chain.
Well, you just stated to Council JB that you didn't even know who Norris was until she stated that she was the supervisor, correct?
I did not know she was a supervisor until she stated it. But I knew she was a
From
part of
what you
the
said,
HB.
from what you said, is you did not know who Norris was.
I exactly. I did not recognize her as a supervisor until she stated it, but I knew that she was a part of the HBIC crew gang, whatever you want to call it, because she was at the time wearing their chain
Okay, the
along with
witness will
Chimere.
stop. Okay, hold on.
Talk your shit,
The
shy. Talk your
witness will
shit.
stop referring to Miss Noir as a member of any type of illegal organization, union, dance group. Refer
Well,
to her
I
by
would
her.
like to.
Hold on. Wait, what? Hold on. You refer to her as her name only. You cannot speculate that she belongs to an organization. That is libelous and slanderous. You understand? I'm trying to help you here. Let's
Okay.
proceed.
You could finish your statement.
Yes, I have had issues with people with the HBIC chain. I don't know how else to say it. She had
But
that
not
chain
Doris,
on.
but not Norris directly,
Yes,
correct?
Norris had the HBIC chain on at the time.
What I'm asking is, you haven't had any issues with Norris. We're not talking about a chain. We're not talking about your issue with
Yes,
people at this
yes,
point.
I
yes,
object on the
yes.
grounds of badgering as well as asked and answered. My client has repeatedly stated that she has had issues with Norris as well as everyone who wears a specific chain.
Well, she also stated that she didn't even know who Norris was. So
And
that's why
The court
that's
would
why I'm
also
asking her
my
this.
the
apologies.
court would also like some clarity around, does she have a fear of a piece of jewelry, or does she have a specific problem with the plaintiff? The court would like to know that.
That's a question from the judge. You may answer it. Shay, Shy Hilton.
I'm sorry. Say that again. Can you
Do
repeat
you
that?
have a specific fear of a piece of jewelry, or do you have a specific problem with Miss Noir? Was there an incident previous to all of this where you and Mrs. Noir had a
Yes,
confrontation
yes,
that ended
yes.
badly, that peppered your response to her? But when she, answer me this, when she walked into the store, did you recognize
Mhm.
her as Miss Noir,
I did
as
not
a
record.
person?
No, 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 no. I didn't recognize her as. No, 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 no. I didn't know. I didn't. I didn't recognize her
You
as
didn't know
Noir.
when
I
she
didn't
ran into the
until
store,
she announced herself. Until she announced herself.
you just
So
thought it was
initially,
Okay.
no. I just thought
understood.
initially I saw the chain. Exactly. When she walked in, because she didn't really speak at first, she didn't really say anything, so I didn't recognize her at first. I just recognized the chains. And then when she spoke and she said she's a supervisor here, that is when I let my guard down and I said, okay, I should be okay. I felt a little bit safer. But apparently I was wrong.
Okay, I think we've established enough in regards to who knew what, when they knew it, and how they knew it as. Let's move on to the next question. The court is clear.
Shy. Can you repeat your name for me so I'm not messing it up? Is it Shay or Shy?
It's Shy. It's
Okay,
Shy.
Shy. So my next question for you,
Shai.
Shy, is when you charged Chimere, did you purposely overcharge Chimere?
No, I did not. I did honestly. I personally do not feel like I overcharged him.
Did you purposely, I'm gonna ask you again, and remember
No, I
you're
did
under
not.
oath.
No, I
Did
did
you
not.
purposely? Okay.
No, I did not.
So in the video footage evidence that I played earlier, when Chimere asked you, did you overcharge him? You said, yes, I overcharged you, and I will overcharge you every time. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna ask. Well, I don't. That can we? She's lying
You
under
know,
oath, Your Honor.
ma'am, I was in the heat of the moment, and I was at that time. I was very frustrated. I was very, at that time where I was very stressed out. I was fearing for my life. I was honestly scared that they just rushed in there, and he went to immediately. Then like he was my mother. I was
Miss
I don't
Hilton,
know. I
Miss
was
Hilton,
afraid.
Miss Hilton, I'm going to
Yes,
ask you a question and then we're going to move on. Does the bean machine have a price list that you're supposed to charge the clients? That's yes or no.
plead the fifth. It
You
depends.
you pleading the fifth is crazy.
Move on to the next question,
Yeah.
please.
You might have to go join the go
Move
look
on to
at
the
the
next question, please. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, so perjury. So your weapon.
what?
Earlier you stated that you pulled out your licensed weapon. Do you have a weapons license, Miss Shay
Yes, I
Hilton?
do. Shy Hilton, you keep messing it
Shy,
up.
shy,
You
shy,
need to get it
Shy Hilton.
together.
So you're
Yes,
saying right now that you have a weapons license.
yes, I do.
Okay, so in the system, it's not listed that you have
Yes,
any
well,
weapons
no, it's in,
license or any registered weapon that is registered under your name, Shy.
ma'am, it's in the system that I have my
It
weapons
is not
license.
in the system.
Do I have to show it to you? Do I need to prove it? Do I need to submit it to the court? Because I could submit it to the court because I have my weapons license. I
It
paid
is
over
not in the system that you
75.
have any
Ma'am, I
weapons
paid over
registered
75 to
back
pay
to
for
All
it.
you.
right,
I
this is
paid
getting
75 to pay for it.
argumentative.
I
This is
have it.
getting argumentative. That is something that can be easily looked up in the system. Next question.
Next
And I
question.
looked it up and it's not in the system. Okay,
Yeah,
next
okay, we got
question.
our answer. Next question.
Your Honor, I would like to state that there has been a pretty concerning pattern of police records appearing and disappearing from the system.
Counselor, do
I
you
would
have
like
proof
to
of that
add,
for this proceeding right now?
I actually do, Your Honor.
Okay, well, then that's something that you can submit later on. But right now, we need to get through this cross-examination. Can we agree to that?
Yes, Your Honor.
I fully
I just
Okay.
don't
Okay,
want
so
to
my final question is,
misinformation.
so you said that you didn't know that Nerese was a supervisor, correct?
I told you that I knew when she stated that she was.
objection, Your
That's
Honor.
when I
Asking
knew.
the answer.
Moreover,
I never asked
Sustained,
this question.
sustained, but she does know that your client is a supervisor at the Bean Machine. Continue with your question. I see where you're going. Continue.
And you said you worked at the Bean Machine for how long now, Shy Hilton?
Since near the initial opening of B Machine.
And about how long is that?
I guess maybe 5 months or so.
5 months, you say. My
Mm-hmm.
client Nerese has worked at the Bean Machine, I want to say for 1 month, to be exact. 1 month. Total,
Mm-hmm.
1 month. And you're saying you did not know she was a supervisor until she stated that she was a supervisor?
Objection.
She don't have to answer that.
Argument.
I'm just pointing it out. I'm just pointing it out. She do not have to answer.
And we need questions that she can answer so we can move on, Your Honor.
No further questions, but Your Honor, I do move to strike this witness statement under the grounds of multiple lies being told?
I think her testimony was quite telling. I will not strike it. Are you done with this witness?
I am done with her, but are we not going to do anything about the lies that was told?
She pled the fifth and she did not incriminate herself, but you did your job very well. Is there a redirect?
No redirect. This witness is dismissed.
Okay. Ms. Hilton, we thank you for your time and service and attention in this case. You are dismissed. Thank you. Mr. Monroe, any other witnesses?
Yes, we need Dante Foster to take the stand.
Mr. Dante Foster, can you please take the stand? This will be the last witness for today.
How you doing, Judge?
How are you,
Judge,
Mr.
could you?
Foster?
I'm doing well. Could you pull me up?
Please have him take the stand in the courtroom too.
Okay.
Dante, if you can join the Zoom stage.
Right. You should have gotten the notification. I know Carmen is helping us out. Carmen, we thank you for your service and helping us monitor and keep order within the live courtroom and the emails.
Mm-hmm. No problem.
Okay, Dante, are you up on the stage?
I have requested to be pulled up.
Okay. Let me know when you are up, as I cannot see that screen at this present time.
Try it now. Put your hand down, Dante, and I'll invite you up.
While we
Right there.
wait, Dante, I hate to ask you this, sir. Do you have any food
Yes.
that you expired real quick?
Yes, Judge.
This will in no way impede my
Speaking
decision.
of food, can we take a 5-minute recess? Because I
No,
need food too, and
I know. Could somebody slip her some food? We need to get through this. Thank you,
we supposed to
Dante.
be having 30 meals delivered, and it did not come yet.
Thank you,
Did
Dante.
y'all order from Bean Machine?
Who?
Could you ask her,
Okay,
did she
thank
order
you,
from Bean
thank you.
Machine? It would have got here if she did.
I got 3 bags. Who need it?
Okay.
Somebody need some
Everyone
food.
in the
Them I need some
courtroom,
food.
please, please, please eat. We will not be taking a break. We're trying to get through this. Dante, are you
Dante, I
on the
invited you if
stage
you.
as of
Yes.
yet? Dante, you're
Yes, I'm
there?
here.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
I
I
am.
am.
All right. Okay. Go here.
Okay, so quick question. Do I answer everything in city or do I answer on the stage?
In city and on stage, if you can, please.
Okay, let me just open my.
Got you, got you. Let me know when you're ready and we'll get you sworn in.
All right, I am good to go.
All right, Dante, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you, D10 5M gods.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ike, you may begin your questioning.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right. For the record, can you please state your full name and your role at Beam Machine?
Dante Foster. I am co-owner of Foster's Bean Machine.
All right. When did you become aware of the incident involving Doris? The first one with Shade shooting, and then also no, that's it. That's the one. I'm sorry.
I was notified on the 4th.
Okay. And what was your immediate reaction?
I was in shock to hear that one of our supervisors came in off duty and stabbed one of our other supervisors that was on duty.
All right. And let's talk about the what you see, and did you see the footage at all of that interaction?
Of course, only the co-owners have access to camera footage because it's in our back office that it was locked for me and my brother. So I had to pull the footage.
Okay. When you pulled it, what did you see in that footage?
I saw that Shy had a long shift. She was basically literally fighting for her life. She was being harassed by individuals with an HBIC chain. And after seeing all the footage, I noticed that Nerese basically ran behind the counter when she knows no one is supposed to be behind the counter that is outside of uniform. And she ran up to Shy while she was holding a gun. And after,
Objection, Your Honor. I just played the same
Grounds.
speculative. It's all that. It's this all lies, and like if we're gonna continue to like let these people lie on the stand under oath and not do anything about it, like what's the point? What
Your
is the
Honor, we
point?
have evidence that we're going to present later that corroborates
So y'all
the
have
testimony.
evidence that Shay is fighting for her
I'm
life.
speaking with you, man. I'm talking to the
Bella.
judge. We have evidence that
Okay, so
corroborates
let's
every
let's do
testimony
this.
that we
Let's
have.
understand between the difference between testimony and first person point of view and so on and so forth. When a when someone comes up to testify as to their experience, whether you agree with it or not, we have to be respectful and allow them to either speak their truth or dig their own grave. This is not only a court of law, but it is an intellectual chess match. Know the rules, know the board, know the game. Let us proceed. Continue.
You can finish, Foster, Mr. Foster.
what was the question? I was interrupted by someone else.
When you what'd you see, what'd you see in that footage? I'm sorry.
In the footage, basically, Shy told me to look over her entire shift. So I had to watch her entire shift to see what was going on and what led up to the moments in question. Basically, there were individuals with HBIC chains coming in and antagonizing her, harassing her, and actually physically trying to do her harm. Now, she did have to defend herself. I had a conversation with Chief the next day about it. He told me that they were basically running in there all day long, which I ended up watching the whole shift, and that was true. And basically, when Nerese came in, she came in with the individual that was being very irate. And once he had got shot, Nerese ran behind the counter. Now, me personally, if someone shoots another individual, I'm not running towards the individual who shot. He ran behind the counter outside of uniform, which is against our policy, and then proceeded to tell her that she was a supervisor and put her hands up. But in the footage, I believe Nerese told her to shoot her. I don't know why he told her to do it, but that was kind of weird to me. And after that, Shy put her gun down and proceeded to have a conversation with her, but there was no conversation to be had because Nerese decided that she wanted to stab her instead.
So based on that footage, what decision did you make about Miss Nora's employment?
Nerese was terminated by me and me alone. Only owners have access to terminate individuals that work for us. Basically, there was an individual that came in prior. This is a different case. His name was Cash King, where he came in off shift, same type of style, and got into it with one of our employees that was on shift, and he was terminated for that incident as well. And that was a verbal argument, not physical. It was no physical altercation in that. So, like I said, we fire people for less. And what she did, stabbing someone off shift inside our establishment, one of her coworkers at that, she had to be fired.
And just to be clear, that was the reason of her firing, correct?
Of course.
All right. So was that decision drove by any kind of anger or retaliation, or just what was that?
No, that's just our guidebook. Simple as that. We like to have a safe environment, and if people are making things very unsafe, to the point where people have to continuously take leaves of absences, and I like to make money at my business. And if employees are scared to come to work, I'm not making as much money as I should.
So did she ever receive any kind of warnings or prior kind of coaching about this policy before?
Yes, a prior situation that she had with another individual of ours that works for us. What's her name? Sincere.
That's the same sin that just got in a fight in court that she worked.
Uh, Yeah, I believe she was just fighting one of the individuals on the prosecution side with the HBIC chain. Yes,
So, last question. You believe that her actions justified you terminating her?
of course. Yes.
Your Honor, witness.
Yes. All right, Bella, you may now cross-examine.
Okay. Okay, Dante. So I want to ask you this first. So you said that you believe that Maurice's action was justified for you terminating, correct?
Her actions were not justified by me in my guidebook. What she did to Shy was not justified by me. When she took that
I'm
action,
trying.
she based
I didn't ask that. I said justified for her termination. I
no
said
her
you do. So
action.
you
Say
Okay,
asked and answer, Your Honor.
I'll allow the clarity on the question.
okay?
So,
So when the question was asked, he asked if it was justified that Dante did he feel that it was justifiable for him to fire Nari.
right.
But far as what my client stated is that Dante did not fire Nari. Instead, Dante did not handle the situation at all. He passed it on to Elize Castillo, the assailant, to handle the situation and
Your
decide
Honor,
whether
plaintiff
Nari will
counsel.
continue to work or be terminated.
I answer that, Judge.
Yes, please
There's
answer
no
to that.
question.
Okay, so like I said when asked me, me and my brother Rio Foster, we are the only ones who can actually fire and terminate individuals from our business. No one else can terminate anyone.
I would like to state that I had coffee at the bean machine and I witnessed you telling Elize that she have the right to fire anyone she wants. You even asked her who do she want terminated.
Okay, so
So why now
is
are
that
you
a
saying that
question or are
only
you
you and
telling
your
me?
I'm
I'm
correct.
confused,
Like
Judge.
I'm just letting you know that you're under oath.
Let me ask a clarifying question, and remember, sir, you are under oath. Who removed Miss Noor's roles, her job roles, from her?
Me, Your Honor.
Did you remove those roles under the insistence of anyone else?
No, after watching the footage, I already made my decision.
Now, Your Honor, I would like to state that speaking of footage, before I say that, Dante,
Hmm.
you do have footage in a backup file of everything that goes on at the beam machine, correct?
Yes, I do.
So why when I subpoenaed for the footage of the beam machine, you said you didn't have the
I was listening to my counsel.
and he told you to say you didn't have it?
No, he didn't tell me anything. I was
At
listening to
this
my
time, Your
counsel the
Honor,
entire
I
time.
do have a motion.
Yes.
I do have a motion for that full, unedited footage to be produced at this time, and I'm going to
Your
put it in the
Honor,
chat.
the footage was not
Okay.
edited, and I enthusiastically object to the mischaracterization of the actions taken by our side. We gave exactly what she asked. She asked
Dante
for
just
the footage.
stated that y'all, he just stated
In the
again
middle
that
of
he was taking directions
was the
from his
middle of my sentence
counsel.
interrupt the beginning of yours?
Okay, I'm
The
sorry.
court,
Continue,
the court,
JB.
the court will acknowledge that a subpoena was issued for the full and unedited footage from the Bean Machine security cameras.
To which we gave.
And we gave
The
them that.
court received an edited version, and so I'm going to ask just for now, you know what I'm saying, right now, that we be provided the full and unedited version as this court so requested. Should that
And
not
there
be
was
provided to me right now, everyone will be held in contempt. God damn it. I need that link now, unedited.
the,
Nothing
the
was
link is
edited.
in our the link is in our
Okay.
um
Everyone,
the
please put your attention into the emails. Bella, please share your screen. And I need to know if if what you received from Mr. Dante himself that this is the full, unedited, unmanipulated version of the security cameras. And remember, sir, you are under oath. Please show him what you received.
Where is it? Is it the
Um,
footage that I
What
previously received?
It's the same footage we put in our
are you
discovery.
saying that you
whatever the footage
received?
is that Mr. Monroe provided to you, I would like for you
Okay.
to show that to Mr. Dante so that he can confirm under oath.
Your Honor, this is part of our case in chief. We were showing this video anyway.
Okay.
Okay,
But she's
Judge,
she's
I have a
making a
question.
I will.
making
I'm
a
gonna show.
specific claim that the footage that you provided is not what the court ordered you to have. And so I'm splitting the baby. I'm saying, I'm asking her to put up the link. He will
Hmm.
then verify under oath
Well,
that
he
it
did
is
just
the
say,
true
Your Honor,
unedited footage.
So, Your Honor, I'm trying
Your
to figure
Honor,
something out. Do
Your
they have
Honor,
a
may I
I just
speak?
need
client
y'all to
May
do
I
what I
speak?
investigator
said.
who has hacked
Please
our
just put the
systems and
link
knows
up.
our
May I please
information?
speak?
Where the hell is the police?
Your Honor, I would like to say that the witness did just say that he was directed by his counsel to edit
I
the
heard
footage.
that. I heard that.
Whoa, ma'am,
Put
you're
up,
putting
Yo,
words in
put
my
up.
Your
mouth.
Honor, that is not what
That's
he
not what
You're
she
I
you're
said.
putting
heard
word.
what
That's
Hey,
not what
I'm
was
judge,
hearing what
skinny
everybody
judge,
is
he's putting
saying.
words in my mouth.
Yeah, that is not what was said. I did not instruct him to edit any kind of video
Okay, and
or
all
anything.
right.
There's no proof.
And I said what I said, and I said to put up the link so that we can look
And
I
I
at
have
it
have
it
it. I'm
pulled up.
watching
and
it right
I
now.
do
determine
have it pulled up.
whether it is the actual footage or not. Like, am I speaking Greek right now? Like, what are we doing, B?
Okay, Judge, I have a question for you.
Yes.
The footage that you want to see, what is the incident that is in question? Is it the stabbing?
Counsel
It is all. It's
requested
all in the.
for
Yes.
counsel requested a specific thing to show as evidence in this trial. She knows what it is she wants for the defense. She issued us. She asked for a subpoena. She got it. She should have received the link that we asked for. So what I'm trying to understand from the two of you only, and I only want to hear an answer from either Dante or Counselor Dior. Is Miss Dior? Is this the footage that you requested?
Your Honor, this footage it edits out. Is not what I requested. If you want to blank, if this is not what I requested, it's
What
part of what I
footage?
requested.
Okay, what footage do you need?
I what I requested was footage from the lobby as well as the office from Dante showing what happened prior, during, and after the meeting with Nerese.
I demand that that footage be sent to me and that will be watched by me and me alone in chambers for my review. That footage has been determined to be confidential and not to be shown in public. We're going to take a recess at this time. Dante, Mr. Dante Foster, can you
Yes, ma'am.
please send me your
Thank the
footage
Lord
directly, only to me,
Jesus.
Only to you.
only to
Okay.
me, so that I may review this footage. At this time, we are going to take a recess, and apparently, looks like we're into day 3 of the trial.
Whew.
No, ain't no way, bro. Let me see
Okay,
what's this.
Damn.
send
All
that to
right.
me, and tomorrow,
Oh,
we're
somebody
going to
uploaded
close
this to
out.
YouTube.
Tomorrow,
Hold on. Uh,
we will
let's see.
conclude this trial come hell or high water.
Okay, hold on one second. Let
Look, girl,
me.
check your DMs. Check your DMs.
Let's see.
He can send it. He has it all. Stop lying.
So, are you saying you want 3 to 4 hours of footage?
Um,
No, it's not 3 to 4 hours. It's from when I
That's
walked
what I
into
was
the
trying to tell her.
building.
Your
It
Honor,
was
you hear me?
urgent
Okay.
for them to get
Yeah,
more.
send me the file. I'll figure out the timestamp. We're going to take a 5-minute recess. I'm going to look at it. We're going to come back and we need to begin to get into closing statements. We're not going to drag this on any longer.
Send the VOD. You like watching TV so much.
Send me the footage.
Okay. right, let me
exactly what
go.
part to look for. When we come back, we're going to go into closing statements. Is everybody okay with that?
Um, is everyone okay with that? Cause I kind of wanted to cross-examine more of the witnesses. But if that's how if you want to move it along,
At this time, the president themselves are going to come and shut this court down. This is doing a lot. I just need the footage, and we'll go into closing, and we'll take it from there.
Dante, let's talk before the recess and real quick. Hello, hello,
All right, let's see. Highlights, maybe.
hello.
Okay, boom. All right, this is a highlight of. Okay.
Yeah, I just need
Um.
the security footage of the three of you in the office. That's all I want to see.
Yeah. So basically, I'm pulling back for like, as like literally like a month ago, like stuff. So you gotta bear with me,
Understood.
because if that's not here, then yeah,
Okay, if
yep.
it's not there, then I will be forced to use what has been
Okay,
provided.
boom. Let's see. Mm.
So, Your Honor,
I just sent your friend
if you
request.
look at the subpoena as it was written, there has been a narrative painted that there is tampering and editing and
All right,
stuff.
that should
She did
be
not
the entire.
specify
Yep,
a time frame or
it's pretty
anything. She
long.
asked for information surrounding a certain incident, which we gave her. And despite our legally grounded objections, a narrative has been allowed to be painted that editing and tampering is going on without any checks or balances.
Counsel had a reason to believe that she received edited footage. She has
And
every
why
right
would
to
and
object
why
to
would
that
she
and
have
ask for the unedited version be provided to her.
so keep in mind, Your Honor, that these are private recordings, right? That no one has
And
access
they
to.
are
So
protected,
the
and a
only
subpoena has been provided, and
right
a
and
motion ruled that it is protected. Am the only one that will be seeing this, but I also demand the unedited footage. I want to see the
what
incident in full so that I can
we
make a
gave
decision.
we gave the incident in full, everything surrounding the shooting.
All
That
That should
is
right.
hurt,
exactly
yeah,
what
Judge.
we
the
gave.
All
client the
right.
All
client
there is
just
So
stated
about
that
so let
he
you can
and
have it.
him and the co-owner have full access to all footage at the beam machine. And he also stated that he was told to go against the original subpoena and to provide what y'all provided to
that
me.
is not, Your
Judge,
Honor. She's
she's putting words into my
mischaracterized
mouth again.
again. This is
Not to
Understood.
being
mention, when
done.
I issued the subpoena, I received
Your
edited
Honor,
footage prior.
she didn't
Before
say
receiving
Order
this
in
footage,
anything.
I
the
received edited.
court.
I
Order. I
was still
said
speaking when
order.
she start was
Is
still
your lips
speaking.
still moving, B? Why is your lips still moving? Everybody, get away from the bench. Get away from the bench. Go back to your respective sides. I need to review this so we can close this out. Y'all wilding right now.
Thanks, Judge. Her breath was getting kind of hot there.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Dante, please send me the link, please, directly from you.
Oh,
I got you. I
no, no,
got you. I
no.
see
I
you.
sent you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
sent you. It's
All
like
right.
eight
I'm going to
hours.
take 2 seconds to review this. Everybody, prepare your closing arguments, please.
I think.
I am
Yep.
reviewing this in my chambers. I'm going to just forward through. I'm going to scroll through this. Remember,
Yeah.
this
Go
is
ahead. Go ahead.
your
Take a seat.
private, is
Yep.
your
Go ahead. Take a
private,
seat.
your stuff is protected.
Yes.
Um, only I'm being able to see this right now. So
Copy that.
just to forwarding through, forwarding through. Do you have an estimated time stamp? Okay, never mind. I found it.
Yeah, it should something might pop up as to a nice clip or a highlight or something for you to look at.
Yes, yes, I'm seeing it, but I'm actually in the footage. I'm at 1 hour, 1 minute 50.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry to tell you, Josh. No one else is going to tell you this, but that woman sat in my office for over 40 minutes after being fired.
All right, don't be adding on extra sauce to it. Now let me watch this real quick. I'm just looking for something specific.
All right.
Hmm. Okay, Dante, I have a couple of questions. Um,
Yes, ma'am.
just for clarity, were you aware of previous violent interactions between these two employees, as has been testified to in court?
No, I was not. No,
Did you know that these two women had a problem with each other?
no, I did not. Not these two specific women. No,
When
everything was
the
made privy to me in that scenario.
when the when the fight when the argument began in your office, did you have any were you concerned at all?
No, because I didn't think that what happened would happen.
We
Do
can't
you
hear him.
normally allow for your employees to carry weapons, licensed or unlicensed, on the premise?
If they have a weapon of their own that is licensed, that is not up to me. That's up to the PD
Why is he
in
on
the
the phone?
state.
I can't hear him.
But is it allowed in your restaurant?
Not while you're like as a customer, you mean, or like on
On
shift?
duty as on shift?
Okay, so I've told employees once before, if you have the knife that you use to cut tomatoes, if somebody is coming after you with the lethal weapon, that you can try to protect yourself if PD does not come in time. But I do tell all my employees to call PD.
Do you have any security measures in your facility?
The only thing that an employee can do is make a break for it to run to the break room and lock the door behind them or
Can
try
you
to
bring
run
Mr.
out.
Foster back to the stage if he's still on stand?
Do you provide any security for employees or for your establishment?
Only when we throw special events.
Understood. All right. I have enough. Mr. Monroe, Mrs. Monroe, Mrs. Dior, we're ready for closing statements. Keep it short and sweet.
Okay. All right. So for my closing statement, as stated, my client went to the bean machine because she, as the supervisor, she knew that the prices of the food for the bean machine was, she knows the prices of the food for the bean machine. So she went to help her friend obtain his refund, where the other supervisor, known as Shy Hilton, aimed the gun at her, opening her initiation law under the D10 guidelines. My client reached out to Dante and Dante alone to handle the situation. Instead, Dante has passed the situation to Elize, who he knew was a danger. So while I am not taking any direct jabs against Dante, my job today is to bring true justice to my client. So, Your Honor, we are hoping that you rule in favor of my client and bring true justice and provide her, the full requested amount. I rest my case.
All right. Mr. Monroe, please step forward with your closing argument or statement, sorry.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you. Your Honor, I know they want you to feel bad for Nuris, but if we're being honest, the only one who showed up trying to do the right thing was Dante. He didn't pull a gun. He didn't raise his voice in the moment. He carried her out the building. He called EMS with his own hands. Then he watched the footage. Saw she started it between, Shy, and then he made a hard decision as a boss, not out of anger, but out of duty. She came in off the clock, crossed the counter, escalated the fight, and unlocked his doors after somebody got shot. Dante ain't the villain here. He's the one left holding the mess. He cleaned it up, followed the rules, and now they want to punish him for it. That ain't right. That ain't justice, and it sure ain't law. We ask that you rule in favor of the defendant in this matter.
Thank you, Ike. All right. You guys may have a seat. I'm going to take a brief 5 minutes to deliberate. Mr. Dante, Mr. Foster, you can go ahead and sit at the defense table. Allow me 5 minutes to make my decision.
Uh, may I say something, Your Honor?
Mm, you can't. I'm sorry.
I
And can
can't.
you speak up?
Okay, thank
No.
you.
I'm sorry. We've already done the closing statement.
No, you.
No, we don't need you. Get down.
Dream World Advisory in the Zoom. Please comment your decisions. Thank you. R3D, Foreman, Harlem Rose. I am at this time preparing the court ruling. All right, if everybody is ready, I believe I am ready to provide my sentence. Okay. Is Mr. Foster here? Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Bella, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, first, let me preface this by saying that this was a case well played. Both sides exhibited an understanding of their defense strategy and presented a well thought out plan. I appreciated this time we have spent together, and you're both exemplary attorneys, all three of you. The city is proud to have you on its side and within the Department of Justice. That being said, this is a unique case in that we're dealing with the real issue of this case, right, is what is a business owner's responsibility. I draw the parallel between a parent and his child. The parent child relationship is just like an employee employer relationship to a degree, wherein, and according to California law, the employer is responsible for the actions of the employees, whether they are on the clock or off the clock, until they are terminated. This is by California labor law as well. But just on a human side, you do expect that your employer would maintain safeguards for the protection and safety of all employees, just like we anticipate parents to be mindful of the protection and nurturance of all children, whether they are fighting or not. I myself grew up with several siblings, and when some of us started fighting, guess what mama did? She broke out the belt and all of us got our ass whooped. Didn't matter who fault it was. That is also the job of an employer. In this case, it was on the defense to prove that Dante provided specific protections for not only the establishment, but for his employees as well. Knowing who you hire is a part of that. Knowing the issues and problems that your employees may have is a part of that. That goes to having a human resources department that can make sure that employee grievances are held and upheld in safe spaces. Was a safe space provided in the bean machine for employees to have issues resolved? Was Miss Noir wrongfully terminated? According to California law, exact law, an employee cannot be terminated if after, I'm sorry, an employee cannot be terminated after they are injured on the job, especially if it is workplace violence. These are the main questions of this case. Following presentation of the evidence, witness testimony, legal notions, and judicial findings, the court now issues a final ruling and verdict in this matter. Negligence, we find Bean Machine unfortunately liable. The court finds that Dante Foster may have had prior knowledge of Alize Castillo's violent history, invited both employees into a confined space without neutral oversight or security, and failed to take reasonable precautions to prevent foreseeable harm. Even though the defendant appeared super shocked at the outcome, and please, Dante, understand that I see that. Civil negligence does not require intent. It's basically just a breach of duty of care. Because you did not have security, you do not provide security at your space. Several violent events have happened. It's on you, Dante, to make sure that you hire security, not just for big events, but for the protection of your employees, who apparently, as we've learned today, have had a long standing feud that you might have should have been aware of as the employer. That's your job to know what's going on under your roof. I hope you take this as a as advice to get some security in that space, especially when you're having a conflict between employees. Make sure that there is someone there in that vicinity to help secure the premises. As far as wrongful termination of Miss Noir, you are liable according to California law. If someone is injured in the workplace, you cannot terminate them. That's that's the labor law.
Terminated.
That's the law. That's the labor law.
She was not terminated. No, 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 I don't give a fuck. No, I don't give a fuck.
Who
Your
held
She
you?
was
Honor,
not
Who
trying to
held
terminated. What are
attack
you
you?
you.
talking about?
We
They
need
ain't gonna even
police.
say that. I would have sworn. Yo, I almost threatened her. I ain't gonna lie. First of all,
Apparent.
You
A
did what?
Hey,
judge,
yo,
may
Who
I
is
order,
approach?
order
talking?
in the
You
court,
did
order in the
what?
court.
let me tell.
You
There's
did
no
what?
order, nothing, because you didn't even let me
Nisha,
Judge, may
talk.
I
What are you
Miss
saying? How
approach?
you making a
Castisha,
decision? No,
Miss
leave
Order,
me
order
alone.
in the
No,
Castisha,
you
Let me
court.
talk.
didn't.
you're
Let me
not
You
talk.
helping.
Let
Let
didn't.
me
me
dial
No,
talk.
you
911.
didn't.
Let me talk.
Goofy.
Let me
Let
talk.
me call the
How you
You
doing?
police.
already
Wait, wait, wait.
knew.
I have a
That is
question. I'm
nothing.
sorry. I'm sorry.
That's
If
Excuse
will she
me.
pull out a
silly.
No,
gun?
no, no.
I'm
Let
Anyways,
this
fearing for my
be
I don't
life.
care about any gun that you're talking about, because you're using footage that's not even supposed. That's not even considered valid for one.
It was
And on
Miss
two,
valid
no, they
Miss
don't get
Your
nothing.
Honor,
because
I
No, they
think you
he
need
don't
to
get
interviewed
nothing.
Who the
himself.
hell is she
So I know
talking
what you're
And
to?
on
talking
top of
about. We
Can
that,
we
just
have an officer
how
testified with
are
immediately
you
at
witnesses.
I don't
DOJ
care
Okay.
about
courtroom
no fucking
So
floor?
we
We
really
have
officer.
a
ain't
How
hostile
you
person
crazy.
in
sitting
the
here and say,
You're
courtroom,
oh,
crazy.
and
no,
we
I
Okay,
don't
need
give a
police
goofy.
fuck. How and
You
immediately.
should
Miss
have
Judge,
done
how are
what
you
you
gonna
did and
say
use your
that?
mental
Oh,
Miss
nobody can
capacity,
get
your
Miss
terminated
two
after they
brain
get
cells
Castillo.
that you
hurt?
have, the
She
smooth
got
brain that you
terminated
have,
after
and
a
your
series of
Judge,
she
with
got
the
hurt.
Judge,
What are
with
dump
you
your
with
talking
with
about?
taco.
the
Get
with
out
the
of here.
with
Let me
the
What
get
you
her
EIQ
out of
about
here
to
so
get
clearance
fast.
popped?
for
The
head
fuck,
judge with the
Judge?
XR. Let me keep it cute. Let me keep it cute.
Wait, if ever y'all, can we calm down? I'm
Judge,
scared.
may I
Maybe
approach?
you shouldn't have done that. Don't even know her, right? Thought you ate that walking
Now,
around the
Wait,
can
vending
hold on,
I
machine.
y'all.
You
These
thought you
people
in
ate
ain't
that.
been
all
searched. Let
You
civility
me.
thought you
and
ate that.
protection, I'm
Girl,
just
get the
gonna
fuck
wait
away from
here
that.
because
You
I'm
thought you ate that
expecting
committing a
that
crime on the job.
someone
Police
higher
is on the
up
way.
who's watching this understands that they also owe a
Girl,
care
don't
of duty
nobody
to
give a
this
fuck about
court,
what you're talking
and I
about. You
expect a
literally lost the
bailiff
case,
and
boo.
police
You do all
officers
that
from
pop.
here on
You do all
out.
that. Girl, I already
While I'm here
you're gonna do what?
admonishing
You're
the
threatening
bean
me?
machine
Wait until my case,
for
boo. I
lack of
promise you it's
protection
not
on
gonna go
their
in your favor
premises,
again. Girl, what case? We don't give a
Your Honor,
fuck.
may I
I'm
approach?
here trying to give out a
She's the
verdict,
one
and
threatening
ain't
me,
no
Reese.
security up in here. And according to California law, which I just
Girl,
stated,
you do see this, right? Okay, I
hmm
just want to make clear.
Your Honor, may I approach?
I'm Mr. Foster. As soon as I'm finished
What?
with the verdict, now
Terminated. She
we
got
can do it.
terminated.
Accusation that's
That's
being
me
thrown
leaving out.
around.
Alizé, I want you to understand
Be
that I'm just
professional.
doing
Who
my
was
job.
that?
You
Who's
can
Don't
that
get
shoot
girl?
shot in
me.
a
Who
business
that
suit,
girl
bitch.
with the
Worry
little
about your
pink shorts on?
priorities.
Who was that?
And Alizé
I
fucking
don't.
pissed off. My
Irrelevant.
name is on that
Oh,
paper.
this
That's
is the
all.
Irrelevant.
this
I
is
The
the
believe
judge already
that's
said what the
Out of
Alizé.
case was
here.
going to turn out
Mr.
like. You're
Dante
saying
Foster.
nothing.
Here, let me ask you a question, Mr.
A
Foster.
fucking liar. How you gonna
This
sit
is
there and say,
your
oh,
this is
she
the
was
employee
terminated?
that we're talking
Oh,
about right
wow.
here.
What are you
You're
This is the
talking
telling
one that
the
about?
shot
head
the
judge
girl,
that
That's
she's
right?
a liar? Wow, you're
This is
Uh,
the
lying.
one
You're
that
really
shot
lying
Your
the
right
Honor,
now,
girl.
boo.
Your
you
Honor,
Now
can
can't
I
this
use
is
speak
the
to you in
anything.
your
person.
No,
chambers,
I
please?
don't give
This
a
is
fuck. You
this
can't
is the
you
person
can't
that y'all
use it.
stomping the
I
yard
dare you
for.
to lie.
Oh,
I
she's
dare
on
you
her
to
Officers,
lie.
knees,
You have no
baby. Head
evidence.
judge Boogie, she's
Officer,
on
you
officers,
her
have no
knees.
valid
please.
officers this
Wow,
evidence.
she
way.
You
can't
have
take
no
Your
it.
valid
Honor,
Keep
can I
it.
evidence.
speak to
What
you
is
in
You're
your
this?
sitting
Keystone
here
chambers?
saying that this
Cops?
bitch got
Oh my
fucking
God,
Is
she
this
can't
terminated
take
Keystone
after she
Cops?
it.
so-called got
Officer,
shot.
please.
What are you talking
Please,
about?
I'm
please
giving
get her.
her.
What the
Can we
fuck
help
you
you?
say?
He
What the
said,
fuck you
grab
What's
say?
her.
happening? What's happening?
Yo,
Yo, what's happening?
hit the
This
floor.
person is
Yo, get the
threatening.
fuck
She's
out of
threatening
here.
me.
Hey yo, they said the right officer. I'm crying.
Your Honor, can I approach?
Don Quavius is ghetto.
Thank you. Hello.
This is
Okay.
the most ghetto shit ever.
Anyways,
Fuck, nigga.
Your Honor, can I speak
Okay,
to you in
now
chambers, please?
can I continue? Yes, Mr. Foster, right after we finish the trial, but I need to get through this because this is I have to finish the procedure as it's supposed to be done. Once we do that, we can all go into
Understood.
chambers. Okay, let me finish. Okay. Now that we have all maintained our dignity once again, I can continue. Wrongful termination. The court finds that the plaintiff was terminated from her position after being injured in a workplace related incident. Termination appears retaliatory or punitive in nature and occurred without due process, accommodation, or investigation, according to what was presented. Now, under California Labor Code, so if y'all bring this back on appeal, remember the labor codes. Under California Labor Code 230C, it's unlawful to terminate an employee due to their status as a crime victim. And this was a crime, shooting anyone is a crime, right? So we're literally falling back on the law as it reads and what was proven here today. Punitive damages will not be awarded. While the court acknowledges the reckless nature of the defendant's conduct, there is insufficient evidence to establish the level of malice or oppression
I'm gonna just stay here
required
then. I'm gonna
under
wait.
Civil Code 3294 to support an award of just the punitives. Okay?
Alright, bro, that's cool.
So that request is denied. However, I will award damages for medical bills that can be proven and invoices provided for, back pay for your termination. Please make sure that you provide to Mr. Foster.
Can you, what punitive damages? We didn't request any punitive.
I'm just letting you know what is, they can be separated. Just let me get through this, please. Please, no one interrupt me as I'm reading judgments.
Yeah.
So you will be awarded
Hold up. Hold
your
up.
medical costs, Miss Anwar, and your
Come on.
back pay. Exact valuation to be determined in a separate hearing unless settled beforehand. So ordered and adjudged. This case is over.
Your Honor.
Yes, now, Mr. Foster, I am happy to see you in
Your Honor.
chambers.
Well, Your Honor, before you leave the bench,
Yes.
for the record, the defense disputes the accuracy of the factual timeline in this ruling, as well as the denial of the opportunity to fully present evidence before the court ruled. We will be seeking review of this judgment at the earliest
He had
opportunity.
more than enough time. That's why there was an
Your
evidence.
Honor, I will
So
also
court,
like to state the matter that they're speaking of, as soon as my client was terminated, that is what they're trying to say. That is also when she was shot.
I'm not arguing that. I just say what I said. That's all. I was letting you know, Your
okay.
Honor. We're done.
Well, yeah,
Court adjourned, right?
thank you. Court
I will
is
go
adjourned
look at
and you can
the
appeal.
lawsuit and get those numbers together.
Thank you. You may appeal if you like, but remember you must appeal with new evidence. The California Code is strict. The labor laws are exact. New evidence to show that she was terminated prior to being injured will allow you an appeal.
So, Your Honor, can we, before you leave the court, can I go over the numbers so it could be documented and stated? And then you could let me know what you classify as the punitive damages.
She's not
So we have,
she's not being awarded punitive damages. Please submit your receipts within your thread and the court will determine the amount that she is to be awarded.
okay.
You will be notified within a day or so as to the amount, but other than that, this case is done.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
court. Thank you, counsel.
All right, Mr. Foster, I'll see you
Oh,
in
Thank you, Judge.
chambers.
Hey, I'll get up.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody. You want me? Well, he said he needed to talk to her.
Yeah,
Prosecutors,
yeah,
can
I'm
y'all
having a
Thank you
please?
again,
conversation.
Judge,
No,
You're
I'm
for your
absolutely
completely
time.
welcome.
good.
Thank you. Um,
Yes, I'll follow you to your chambers. I don't know where it is.
okay.
All
I
right. Hey, you got
No
my number?
worries.
No, I do not. I'll take it now.
I'm gonna let you know what your final settlement
I'm gonna
is.
call you
Like
after this
okay?
because it's
But
like I told you,
you're free. You're free to
I
go.
got you.
All right.
I gotta work on Chimera's case. This is a
Where is that? Accept.
If the prosecution's
How I get
office,
out of
I
here?
really need
Oh,
to
it's this
know
way.
about the folks who
There you go.
have been held
They
in
have to appeal with
contempt.
new evidence, so I don't
I
know what
got
new
you.
evidence they're gonna
What new
Right.
Call me when
evidence?
you get a chance.
All right.
Come on.
Uh, sure. Come on.
Sorry. Which way should we go?
In the office. All
Let's see.
right.
Where should we go? Dante.
Okay.
Girl, I don't know where I'm
Oh,
going.
no, I don't want to walk you past the. Let's go this way.
Hold on. Let
Okay.
me ask her.
Right here?
Crazy shit. Oh,
Hold on
wait.
up there.
Come here. Yeah, no,
Come on,
yeah.
let's go in
We'll talk.
Intel.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Yes,
Come on
I'm
in here.
leaving now.
Okay, let's
Thank
go all the
you.
way over
I
here.
appreciate your time.
Okay.
But I can still hear voice. Can you hear voices?
No. Okay. So, this was supposed to be a case of evidence. The biggest thing for me is that in your ruling, you ruled that she was terminated after getting shot. She wasn't.
They pro-
So,
uh-huh. They provided
yeah. So,
evidence to the court through in the evidentiary hearing that showed she was
yes.
terminated afterwards. So on your appeal, which I'm sure that your attorney will be doing, you have to
Hmm.
prove that she was not terminated during that time.
Right. So, basically, in a sense, she basically sat in my office. Remember when I told you on the stand that, you're gonna have to sift through about 50 minutes of footage?
Hmm.
After she was terminated by me, she sat in my office just to talk. And she did not leave. She could have left at any time. The doors were wide open for her to leave, but she chose not to. I
Now,
don't know
see,
why.
right. And this is why this now here's where your attorney kind of messed up. When we requested the evidence um, and we subpoenaed it,
Hmm.
we weren't given what was asked for that would have proven what was needed, right? So I didn't see that. It wasn't framed in that way, nor was it presented that way.
Okay.
What we were shown was that she was shot and then her rolls stripped. Now, but any conversation before that, your counsel did not make that clear. And so, because that evidence, he has to come with new evidence. He can't
Hold on.
bring an appeal
I have a
based on
question.
that video that was there before. Yes.
You,
We never
you
saw
said
that.
that you said that you saw a video of her being shot and that her rolls were stripped right then and there.
That is what that's the evidence that the plaintiff provided.
Okay, and that
Not
is
in the video,
unedited.
not in the video. When I say in the video, it shows that she was shot. And
Hmm.
according to her testimony, witness testimonies, statements of everybody under oath, they all said that she was stripped of her rolls after she was shot. Her
Mm.
witnesses, her evidence, that's what it pointed to. For you
Wow.
to bring an appeal, you have to bring new evidence, and it cannot be that video because it will not be allowed. You have for an appeal, you have to bring new evidence to
So
show
I didn't know that.
that she was fired before the altercation with Miss Castillo. But even
So
that,
basically,
mhm,
the link that I sent you, right? Since that wasn't put in as evidence, that is basically new evidence, correct? Because you said that it was a private video of mine
no,
that no
it
that the public
was
couldn't see.
no. Your counsel requested that it be private to me, but it is still entered into evidence, so it's not new. I subpoenaed it, and I was not provided the correct footage. counsel said that what we were provided was an edited piece of footage. So that's why I asked you today for the unedited footage.
Okay.
It was subpoenaed long ago. Now, you can bring this up in appeal. You guys will have to fight it again if the higher court decides that they want to take the case on. But remember, you'll only be able to appeal on that one because that's the only one where you might have a leg to stand on. What you will not be able to appeal is your care of duty, which is just having a security guard there. These girls clearly have been fighting, and after the display that that young woman put on today in the courtroom, that was bad. That was really bad.
So
Do
in
y'all
a
have proof
sense,
that I'm sorry? Do you have proof that they had a battle going on? Like how he didn't know that. I'm just asking. Did they prove that in court that they had
They
a
did.
previous beef?
They
yeah,
did.
I told the judge on the stand that I didn't know about their prior beefs until that day.
Mhm. So California labor law has a statute where it is the employer's job to make sure that there is security on the premises, as well to ensure the safety of the public as well as your employees. And you really should also have a human resources department because you should know what your employee, if they're fighting, these girls have had a history of this. So according to the law, you like a parent would kind of be responsible. If there's kids fighting in the house and you're the parents and one of them kills the other, the law is going to hold you responsible as the parent.
Now,
They do
I
that
have a
as the
question.
employer as well. Yes.
What if these kids are grown and they actually work different shifts, Your Honor,
They're still
and they
living
actually
under,
don't see each other?
okay. Well, they're still living under your house and under your roof. So if something happens to someone on your property, it's your responsibility, especially in business,
To investigate, correct?
and to provide duty of care as per the law. Duty of care means, for instance, if someone slips and falls outside of your establishment, the law holds you, the landowner, responsible. Even though this is a grown adult, oh, you should have been looking where you're going. The law does not care. The law says you,
In
as the
Los Santos?
landowner, as the business owner, is responsible if it's within your property. That's why you have business insurance and so on and so forth.
But we don't, Your Honor. This is Los Santos. Every individual pays for their own medical. No
I
business is
understand.
liable for any individual.
I got you.
But
I
congrats
was
on your
making
win.
an analogy or a
So
parallel
I'm
comparison
of
so that you'd
course, you know,
understand
I
what the
do
law
want to
says in
apologize.
regards to what just happened
No, you
today.
didn't get to apologize. You
In
did
this
just say, "Hey, look,
instance,
his lawyer's gonna have
from
to
what
do what
the
they're gonna
way
have to do."
your attorney
But you
brought it
did get
as
out
to
there.
the labor law of California
Yeah, let them
and
finish
Los
their little
Santos,
conversation. Let me
you have
see.
a duty of care to make sure that the people in your
I see
establishment
you.
are
I see
safe.
you. Sign me
Just like you hired a security
Miss Daddy
guard
got it
for your
instigated
large
with the
events to make sure
bed.
everybody was
Girl, she
safe,
came with
you
the
have to do that for your employees as
pants.
well.
She came
You
with the
also should have a
pants
human
on.
resources
Okay.
department to make sure things like this don't
She came real
escalate
Kim Possible.
and that you're not in this position.
Good outfit.
Man, this was the first time this has ever happened to me.
I
So
know
that's
it's
why,
a
you know.
lesson.
Orange hair, the
It's
pants, the
going to be
jacket. Come on
an
now.
expensive lesson.
I see what you did there.
Now, I'm relegating it only to her medical expenses that she can prove and have receipts for, and any back pay she would have been owed up to that point.
They're actually paid by the hour. So I don't think that, you know.
I just need to talk to the
Okay,
judge.
so then she's definitely going to have
We
to
will be out
prove
here
out
in a
any
minute. Let
money
them
she
finish up.
wants.
Cause child, I just don't know.
So we're waiting for those receipts, and that will also be reviewed for you with you. I think that honestly, Dante, Mr. Foster, I like you. I think that you're great. I love the Beam Machine. I honestly, it is my opinion that you should have just settled this from the beginning. It happened in your place. I mean, like, I don't, I can't suppose to know everything that happened with these young women, but
Neither am I, Your Honor.
right, but you're responsible for both of them. You chose to employ both of them, so they're in your care.
And both of them are currently fired for
I
their
understand.
actions.
I understand.
So now do I have a wrongful termination suit for Alizé now as well? Since she did the same exact thing? Off duty? Shot
You'll
someone in
have
my
to,
establishment?
um, you will have, that's up to her if she wants to bring suit. I don't think she will, but she would have to stand up and, a lot of this is it's intricate. A lot of stuff happened way before this incident. A lot of hostility. All of the employees knew about it. Everybody testified to it. How you didn't know any of this is what's concerning to me. How you don't know what's going on in your own restaurant is concerning. And I hope going forward, you start understanding and knowing what's going on in your space because it puts you at risk, not them, you.
Okay, Your Honor.
And I love the bean machine. Since the day I met you, I was like, okay, it's cool. I even asked you for a job. But after seeing that, I'm like, wait a minute, the hell?
I mean, again, Your Honor, the riffraff that was going on, it was due to one particular group of people. Ever
Mm-hmm.
since then, it's been quiet on all fronts. Ever since I fired Maurice,
Got you.
no blood
Now,
stains,
what about
free
Miss
flowing doors.
Castillo? Is Miss Castillo still an employee of yours?
No, she's fired. That was also supposed to be submitted into evidence, but I believe that the defense side was a little bit rushed and they actually didn't get to show you everything because she was actually terminated by me prior to her getting shot, as well as the reason why I believe her name is the reason why she believed that I gave Alizé free reign to terminate someone is because I tell her to write up why a person is terminated. After I
Gotcha.
review all of my footage, after I do my investigations, for
Hmm.
her to write up a report, but it's up to me to terminate someone.
There was a part that when she was on the stand, and I asked her specific, she knew she overcharged that young man. And I asked her specifically, does the bean machine have a price list? And she pled the fifth. We all know what happened. We saw the footage of when he came in and so on and so forth. Um,
Yes, so to that individual, Shy, she has had multiple issues. She has a child with special needs. Of course, like she said, she's been targeted by these people several times, so she's always on leave of absence, and our prices keep increasing. I remember one time, I believe you even came in and said, "Oh, the prices changed." So we are currently always testing out prices, seeing how the market looks and things of that nature. So yes, sometimes
but
prices may influx, and we might see what the city is feeling like and then we come out with a new price point.
gotcha. And understandable. However, in this instance, she told him to his face, I'm going to overcharge you every time you come in this restaurant. Now, I know that that's not what you want your customers to experience, regardless of whether the employee likes them personally or not. You had a duty of care. This isn't a condemnation on you or anything of that nature. This is just helping you to make sure that your business is protected going forward. Because once people understand and realize they can sue businesses and stuff like that, like we have a thing full of suits right now with people suing businesses because the owners aren't doing a standard duty of care, a human resources department, so that you understand and know what's going on with your employees, both outside of work and inside of work, a morality clause in their employment contracts, so that if they acting up, get arrested, or do anything, it's reported to you because you know that whatever somebody does outside is going to follow them inside. We just want them to take their shoes off before they step into work, right?
Right, and that's why I fired her. So yeah, okay,
Exactly.
I
And
completely
then
get it.
the
She was
last
fired
thing, the
on,
last thing I want
on
you to
those
do,
grounds.
got you. The last thing I want you to do is get security for your business. If that store is open, security should be there. Unbiased, nobody's friend, but there to secure the premises and to protect your back from liability.
All right, I'll see if I can afford that. That's a hefty price tag. It wasn't brought to me by a government or a DOJ that I needed to
It's
have
just a
security on premises
suggestion.
at all times.
Just a suggestion. It opens you up to liability if someone gets shot on your premises, like today.
What about stabbed?
stabbed
Yes.
any time with a knife, you mean? Like a shake?
Yes. Yes, because that's why Nerese was
Shot
fired.
or yeah, shot or stabbed. Now, when I reviewed the footage, they came in, he complained as the customer would that he wanted, hey, I was overcharged. His friend is a
Hmm.
supervisor there, so she would know the prices. I was also shocked at that shooting at the counter. Why she would be shooting in a business in the first place was crazy. Now, if I came in with my friend, and let's just talk about a human to human. I come in
Hmm.
with my friend, you pull out a gun and you start shooting up the place. That can be seen as self-defense. Now, it's not in front of me to put a judgment on it, but I said it can be seen. So whether but your employee, two of your employees, one was shooting, one was stabbing. You need security in your space and you need human resources to protect
All
you
right.
from these wayward folks.
Okay.
And anything that I can do to help, I will.
All right.
All right. Proved come back on appeal to show that she did not get fired for the oh my God, I'm dying. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm dead. Somebody pick me up. I'm dead. Is he gonna sit here and let me die? Oop, Dante, really?
Your Honor.
I'm dead.
You okay?
Your Honor.
I'm dead.
Oh.
Oh God.
Oh. Oh my God.
I'm dead. Is she just gonna walk out?
She need
All right.
EMS.
So I
Look,
guess I'll do what I did with Nerese.
Shade.
I'm gonna pick you up now. I'm gonna take you outside.
Some shit I did not ask.
Some shit
She
I did
not.
not
Yeah,
ask
nah. She need EMS.
Okay, you literally. Okay.
Oh God.
Well, I guess I'm kind of used to taking people
Why you
outside.
look like her, bro? It's Century. Did you hear that, babe?
He is so fucking shady right
Oh
now.
Yeah.
my
Ah,
God.
shady boots.
Well, you look like my mom, bro.
Now you know your mama had black
Shady
hair
fucking
yesterday, babe. She
boots.
got orange hair today, and I wore that dress yesterday. Ask your mama why she look like me. Don't do too much though.
Don't
Don't
get
do
an
too
attitude
much.
with me, girl.
No,
What the
because you know you
fuck?
said why she look like me, then came over here to be funny. Why she
What?
look like me?
I'm not. Bro, you have the same color hair. Let me see. Let me see your face.
But you know that she had black hair yesterday. So why don't you
I
ask
was in
her
the
why
city
does she like me?
yesterday.
You
Can't even
Oh
see
my
shit outside.
god.
you.
Well,
Not my booty in the
let me go
air.
ahead and call the
Shawty concerned.
ambulance.
Not my booty in the air. Uh, on the floor. Looking stupid.
Ain't this the judge?
Why my mouth open
Yep.
like this?
What did y'all do to her?
Don't do that.
I,
Now, Dre, now that's how
I,
stuff gets started. You
I
know, we ain't
killed
did
her
nothing to this
kid. I
woman.
killed her kid. I'm playing. I'm playing.
Oh, Lord. She forgot to eat.
Oh, she one of them. Okay, got you.
Oh,
Her, his judge, his lawyer, everybody forget to eat, apparently.
yeah, because we so busy trying to.
Wait, who's the judge? Her or him?
the ambulance went straight to voicemail. Let's just pray that someone is on the way. You ready to go, babe?
They're gonna leave me right here.
Yeah.
All right. Could you stay with her, DeAndre? Just see if
Well, that's not on my
and
payroll. I don't get paid
I
enough for
got her
that.
kid. I got her kid.
Let's
Oh,
ensure the EMS get here. So if
okay.
something
I can
happens,
take
They
her.
child,
wildin'.
Tell your wife
It's
to come
okay,
up.
bro.
You know
I
what? And
got
I
it.
was
You
trying
guys
to
can
Okay.
be
go.
nice to this nigga.
Okay.
Y'all can go to
All
the
right.
little date. You heard me?
All right. Appreciate it, man. You
Nigga,
have
I'm
a great one.
dying trying to help your ass.
What you
And you
need,
gonna
kid?
leave
What
me
you
on
need,
here
kid?
on the floor,
Tell your
nigga?
wife, Dante.
Really?
Let's go.
Of course, pretty
Oh,
lady.
Piss
Come
off,
on,
okay.
cuz.
Definitely.
bitch.
Shake some ass when you come here. You heard me.
Oh, why
What,
your
kid?
ass lost the case now?
And don't ever ask
Non-caring
me nothing like
motherfucker.
that again. I don't get paid enough for that.
This is a
Yo, yeah,
bullshit.
it's open, kid.
Oh my god, these niggas have left me on the floor to
Okay,
die,
fine.
It's
Come,
nigga.
open,
grab the
kid.
car. Grab the car.
Could have took me to the hospital. This nigga just gonna leave me in the
Yeah,
street.
take her to the
Ain't this a
hospital. Okay, hold
bitch?
on. I think they're coming.
It's open, keys. It's open.
This is
Thank you,
sad.
Bella.
It's
God
open,
What?
keys. I'm coming
Shouts
to you.
out to Bella. Shit.
Hold on. I think I hear him.
Nope.
Okay, let's take her to the hospital. That's probably the police.
That's your judge?
Yeah, this is the judge.
Why don't you the other
Go to the
judge?
hospital.
It's a bitch.
Man, this car fucking slow, cuz. Cool.
Ain't this a bitch? Nigga done left my black ass on the floor, honey. On the floor. He got me out here looking crazy. All right. All right, chat. R3D, sir, Stone and Lisa, y'all. Y'all see how they did your girl?
Oh, shit, kid.
Lord of
I
mercy.
forgot.
Lord of mercy. You see how they did us? You see how they did your friend?
Let me get a patch up real quick, kid.
That nigga, I'm gonna
And
look at
how
his
much
ass.
or
Oh my God,
you're
I'm
good,
gonna
you're
have to
good.
pay for all this
Thanks.
shit.
Unfortunately, you've lost too much blood, so you're not gonna remember the last 15 minutes, but I'm gonna patch you up. You're gonna be good.
Oh my
Can I get a
god.
patch up?
What happened? How'd I get here?
I think you got dehydrated. So I had brought you to the hospital. You was in a meeting with Chardonnay and Dante, I believe, last.
Okay, I know we were talking about something super important. Thank God, there should be some security footage, and I know that the live feed. Thank God I never cut off the live feed. I'll be able to rewatch and make sure.
Well, that was probably a bit more than 10 minutes or so.
Mm.
But I do want to go over something with you if you remember. We did
Okay,
win the
yeah.
case.
The last thing I remember was telling Dante that he owed a duty of care, and that if he wanted to file an appeal, it could only be with new evidence, not his video. And Jesus, what else happened? Yeah, new evidence, because he wants to file an appeal. And I told him it's only for new evidence. Oh, for the wrongful termination. That's what he was saying. He wanted to be able to prove that he fired her
I
before
kind
she
of
got
need your
shot.
help.
Okay, Bella, what's up?
If we could get on a Zoom call real quick.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to because I gotta fly out. I got some other cases I have to tend to.
Yeah, I don't want to
Alright,
keep
bet,
you
bet,
too
bet.
long. So can we get on a Zoom call real quick so we could go over this real quick?
Okay, I have another court case that I have to go to in Atlanta, but
Hmm?
gather everything that you need, and once I finish with that case, um,
It's
then
the
I'll.
punitive damages. Did you look at the original suit? You just tell me what not to add to it.
Here's what I need receipts for. I need receipts for all her medical bills. I need
I
receipts
have that.
for her loss of wages and
I have
emotional
both of
suffering.
those.
If she went to
Okay.
therapy, all of that.
So he's not doing the legal fees because he's entitled. He has to pay the legal
Yo,
fees
She
as
is
I'm
well.
sorry.
she's entitled the legal fees, yes. Send me all the receipts and I'll sort them, okay? Just send me everything.
Okay,
Hello,
so
man.
basically, what you're saying, basically, everything that's on the original complaint is
I need the receipts
basically
for
what.
it.
Oh,
Yes.
you need the receipts for them. Okay,
Correct.
well, okay, that's fine.
All
I just
right.
have to meet with you after your Atlanta court case. I'll see you then. Can
Ladies,
Okay.
I help
ladies,
you?
ladies, ladies. I don't mean to interrupt, but I would like to inquire about getting a job at the DOJ.
Okay, well, you could go into the emails. You got to fill out an application.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's always the same
All right,
thing at every
Bella. I'll see you
goddamn job.
later.
Yo, yo, might be in my head.
All right, y'all.
Welcome to
I'm
court.
flying out. When I start the case in
Okay, see you
Atlanta,
later,
I'll
Judge.
restart the stream. All right, Bella. Bella, great work today.
Tell
Absolutely
me.
great work. You did your thing. You won
Ooh,
your case.
thank you, thank you, thank you,
Congratulations, beautiful. Congratulations.
thank you. Oh, this is my son, Judge.
Hey, son. What happened to the food? Niggas done died in the court carrying on.
Yeah. Actually, let me. Like, should I even give you
Look at
this?
me.
Cause,
Look how I'm.
'cause you about to go
No,
now.
because by the time I fly back in, the next time shit gonna be expired.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Wait a
Yeah.
minute.
See how we was depending
Yeah.
on you, son, and you didn't
Okay.
come through.
Let me
Oh
eat
my
something right
god.
now so that when I come back, at least I have some. I'll be on full. Ain't this a bitch? Hey, you see
I'm
how
gonna be in my
that
head though.
nigga left me laying in the street? Ain't give
That
a
was crazy.
fuck.
When I walked outside and seen that,
I said, ain't this
I
a
said, "Well, damn,
bitch?
they don't care. They don't.
So I know
They
he ain't giving shit
That's crazy.
about the fucking
God
about poor
damn.
uh Miss Noor.
So I'm about to go kick it with my son since he been acting out,
Please
fussing
do.
at me damn near to not chill with him.
Aw. All right.
So I'm
Thank you
gonna
for
take
taking
him on
care
a
of me.
little mommy son date.
I appreciate that. Oh, that's so nice. I appreciate you, Bella. Thank you for taking care of me and making sure I got treated. Thank you.
You're
Says a lot
welcome.
about your
Always, always.
character.
We when you said we big DOJ chain, I felt that.
That part. That part. All right. I'll hit you in the VC. Send me all the receipts and I'll get your stuff together, okay?
Okay, got it. All right, come
All
on,
right.
son.
Take my ass over here so I can fly out. Me out here looking crazy. I ain't got no car. How the hell am I gonna get out of here? I should steal that damn EMS vehicle. All right, guys. I'll see y'all later. I'm on to the next court case. The drama never ends. Mm, I need a cigarette. I need a break. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. That was a lot. It left me